Good afternoon, lovely peeps. Hello. It's a little early. It's 7 minutes to 2, but I'm awake, and who knows how much longer that's going to be a case for. So, how is everybody? Caroline's here. She says, hello, sweet peeps. I've just had an email to say I've gone live, so that's good. Welcome. Yeah. 12 of you here, apparently, but nothing in the chat yet. So, yes. I'm awake. Oh, Rotten Rouse here. Good morning, peeps. Good morning. I got in at about 4:30 this morning, so I'm tired. Gianna decided at 11 o'clock that I'd had enough sleep, and she started doing laps around the bed at full speed, so as fast as possible. And you all know that a cat's paw manages to have the weight of a neutron star behind it when they want to, like, so yeah, it's like, oh, thanks, Chi. Love you. So I'm very sleepy. Very, very sleepy. But I had a lovely time. Just saying to Mum, Mum's down here as well. She is currently getting on with her riot. How are you finding it?
She writes very well.
She does. Erica does amazing patterns.
I did say that in a Facebook comment to her. Somebody else had done something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. She does do it.
You know, there's a whole bunch of video tutorials that go along with this as well if you need them. No, I didn't. I mean, I had the designer in the room when I made mine, and I didn't need to ask her for anything. So
yeah, my system's not good enough to do it anyway. So I'd have to. I suppose I could bring my laptop down.
You could.
I haven't got room.
No, this is true.
I haven't got room. So
we need to clear off.
Fine.
We need to clear off your pile of stuff that you've got over there, like those books and that red bag, and the stuff that's next to your desk. The red bag and we need to clean that up for you. Yeah,
it'll get cleared up.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Good point.
Yes. I saw this top in the cupboard last night when I was getting ready to go out, and I thought, well, I haven't worn that yet, and I really like it. I need to make some of these in a colour that's slightly better for me than grey. I have put on like hot pink, which is one of my colours, so that it kind of, and it's a V away from the face, and the gold necklace as well as helping. But yeah. Kerry Lee's here. She says, yay, good morning. Oh, Kerry, you've reminded me, because you were one of my new Patreon peeps last week, weren't you? I need to say thank you, because I have 2 new Patreon peeps. The very lovely Tom has joined the Patreon peeps, so thank you, Tom, and welcome. And Pilar Paradello has also joined the Patreon peeps, so thank you very much to Pilar as well. And if you would like to join the Patreon peeps, the link is always in the description down below, and that's where you can find the daily waffles if you are missing them, as well as votes. And if for the $15 and up tier, there is a yearly send out of something from me, which I'm thinking I'm going to do on my birthday to share the birthday love, because I think that would be fun. Mary Ellen says morning. Trusting UK says hello. Natalie says good morning. Diane says good morning. Mary Ellen says my kitty started laps at 6 a.m. Oh, bless. I was still awake at 6 a.m. to be honest. Yeah. Gianna was just happy to see me. She was just, when I walked in, she was like, oh, and then started loudly purring, and like, you know when they need on the spot when they're so excited to see you. She was doing that, and the minute I sat down, she was like, lap. The lap is mine. So yeah. Diana says hello, Sean, Jane, and all the peeps. Kathleen says, sure thought I missed the hangout since I got up late. Twice in the night the cats had a mouse. Oh no. That's one thing I don't miss about Gianna being an outdoor kitty. The constant gifts. Because they were always alive as well, because I think she enjoyed spitting them out at me and then watching me hunt them. She's like, you're a terrible cat. Like, thanks, darling. Love you too. So, yes. Adele says, hi, also very tired, up at 6:30 to take hubby to hospital appointment. Oh, good. That's very early. Very, very early. Red Evie says, hello, wishing you a nice afternoon. Thank you, you too. Elena says, good afternoon, lovely Shan and Jane. How are you today? Hi, peeps. Very well, thank you. How are you? Carrie Lee says to Kathleen, my kitty woke us up with a snake that was still alive. Welcome to Africa, I guess. Wow. Was it a benign snake? Chiana bought me a lizard once. One of the Ventnor wall lizards, which I did manage to rescue because their defense mechanism is actually true, which horrified me and didn't work for the lizard because she just kept going after it. But in seeing, like, theoretically, I knew this knowledge. Seeing it actually happen in person was just like, oh my gosh, that's not normal. So yeah, I managed to trap it in the bathroom so that it could cool down so that I could catch it because it's very fast. And then I took it outside and put it on a nice warm sunny stone for it to like recharge. And then yeah, I had to dispose of the tail. Just but she's never bought me we only have slow worms here. We have adders as well, don't we?
We do.
But yeah,
many.
she's not many. And do we have them on the island? Yeah, for some reason I've got them in the middle of the Midlands, but no, apparently we have them on the island as well. But I've only ever seen slow worms. Then they are a type of snake, aren't they? Slow worm, or are they a lizard?
They're lizards.
They're lizards. They just didn't grow the legs. But yeah, she's never bought me one of those, thankfully. But the lizard experience, I'm very glad she's an indoor cat now. She does bring me her toys, which is very cute. Like she'll bring those and spit them out at me. And playtime. It's like, oh, you're so cute. Fanny says, hi all, thanks for starting late today. It was out late last night as well. Ran into school friend I've not seen for more than 15 years. Oh, fun. That's fun. Susan says, good morning. Good morning. Laurel says, morning all. Caroline says, happy Sunday. Nimoy says, hello everyone. Have you had fun last night? I did have fun. I was just saying to Mum, it made me feel incredibly inadequate. I thought I was an okay dancer, and I am an okay dancer with a strong lead. I was dancing with people last night that were doing Cuban. I do LA or crossbody. And the girls I was with, I find Cuban so much easier. It's like, well, no, I've learnt crossbody. And Cuban is very much like twirly, twirly, twirly and dancing around like each other. And LA style crossbody is like you're on a straight line and you're switching sides, but you're always dancing on a straight line. And I, like with a strong lead, I can dance Cuban. But I was dancing last night with guys that I didn't know what they wanted me to do. And there was this one guy, he was very sweet. He asked me to dance about 5 or 6 times, which was really nice of him because I really wasn't very good. And like the very first time he asked me to dance, we literally just went backwards and forwards and then side to side. There was no turns or anything. And it was just like, oh, okay, I'm better than this. I can do more than this. But then he started trying to turn me, and he was doing this one turn where I was supposed to go to the left, and I have no idea what he wanted me to do whilst I was out there. And so I kept ending up in the wrong place. And I said to him, I was like, I don't know Cuban, I know crossbody, and I don't know what you want me to do for this turn. He's like, oh, it's fine. And just carried on like backwards and forwards, side to side, side to side, turn. And it was like, okay, tell me what you want me to do and I will try. It's like, no, it's fine. And then backwards and forwards, side to side, turn. And it was like, I don't know what you want me to do. But he asked me to dance multiple times, bless him, and to multiple different styles as well, because there was lots of bachata last night as well, which I can do minimal steps of, which I did warn him. And I did tell everybody at the beginning, I was like, I'm really rusty, I haven't done this for ages, and I know crossbody rather than Cuban. Yeah, no worries, it'll be fine. So yeah, I said to Mum, I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I really, really did. I really enjoyed the entire evening. We went over early, we went and had some dinner, we kind of got to the event right at the beginning, we did the class. I had a wonderful time. I just felt like a very inadequate dancer last night. But that's, you know, I know I need to practice. I know I need to do kind of like as much practice as I can get, which is why going to these events is a great idea. So yeah, like I genuinely enjoyed it. Like one of the girls was asking on the ferry back, she was like, which was the best dance you had all night? And all the girls were going around. It's quite funny, quite a few of them said the same guy, and I didn't get to dance with him. And I was just like, honestly, I didn't really enjoy any of my dances very much because I just felt like I didn't know what I was doing. She was like, loads of people do loads of people do LA there, like crossbody salsa. Tell them. I was like, I was. But then when you go up and you're dancing in front of other people, they can see what you look like, and that a lot of people were just like, oh, well, won't be asking her for a dance because clearly doesn't, you know, not very, and that's fine as well. For like really advanced people, really good dancers, dancing with somebody who's very, very beginner is not that much fun. It's very kind of them to do it, and they do make an effort to do it, but I can understand why they don't ask frequently. So yeah, it was a really fun night. I really enjoyed it. Would go back again 100%, but I just felt so inadequate. Leslie says, good morning all. Good morning. Katrice says, good morning everyone. Good morning. Kathleen says, I live in an old farmhouse with numerous openings for little critters to enter, so mice are a common thing when it's cold. Yes. Rotten Ralph says, Bits likes chirp at me to remind me that there is that I'm a terrible hunter. Yeah. Do you remember Perkins? Whenever he'd bring in something, you know immediately because he with a mouthful of whatever he'd got, and it was always alive. He didn't kill it. Yeah. And he'd come and sit on the end of the bed and be like, and his mouth is doing laps, and he's like. It was such a distinct sound, wasn't it?
It was. I mean, I remembered it just like that. Yeah. It was
such. I mean, I know all cats chirrup, but Perkins had such a distinct. I've caught something for you, mother.
He was a character.
Oh, bless him. Yeah. Mim's here. Hello, Sean. How are you? And hello, everyone. Very well, thank you. How are you? Adele says, "Ooh, a snake even worse than a mouse." Yeah, that's not good. Kerry says it's called a natal green snake, very harmless, but looks like a boomslang, which is deadly. So it's a little freaked out. Yeah, I mean that's probably its camouflage, isn't it? It's like, hello, completely harmless snake, but I look like my deadly cousin, so don't touch me. And the cat's just like, oh look, delicious nope rope. That's what snakes are called, aren't they? Nope ropes. So yeah. Rotten Mouse says we have lots of lizards in Florida. Oh, I love lizards. Elena says, my mum's and granny's cats bring them mice, rats and birds. Oh, yeah. Chiana only bought me a bird once, and it was still alive. And I like to think that I've nursed it back to health and released it. It went from the little thing that I'd put it in the back garden. I'm assuming it's living a very full and happy life now. Don't anybody disabuse me of this. It's like, you know, all those kids that get told that their pets have been sent to a farm upstate. Like, it's that. Just leave me with my happy delusions. Christine says, good afternoon, peeps. Thank you. Good afternoon. Christine Ashley says, morning from California. Good morning. Natalie says, one of my kitten plays catch. Edie will bring back the toy you throw her to chase over and over and over again. Oh, cute. Chiana does that to a degree, and it's really fun, but then she starts being like, no, you're being far too lazy. You need to get up to come and get the toy. So she drops it just out of reach and then looks at me, and it's like, I know what you're doing, you little madam. Olivia says, good morning from Iowa. I hope everyone is having a great day. Very good, thank you. How are you? Lottie's here. Hi. Hello. Carolyn says, just have fun. That's the point. Yes. Oh, no. I mean, again, I really enjoyed myself last night. I really, really did. It just made me feel inadequate because I was just like, I know I'm better than this, but maybe I'm not. There's, I can't go to the lesson on Tuesday because Mum has the car, and we can't car share because of timings and locations and stuff like that, which is totally fine. But there is a lesson and a party happening on Thursday night that I haven't asked about yet. I don't know if there's anything on the diary. Mum's kind of like, oh, I don't think so. So yeah, I think I'd go to that because, like I said, I can't do Friday's lesson, which is sad, but it'll be the second Tuesday of every month. Is that right?
What?
Your WI meetings?
Yeah. I mean, I could walk. You could fetch me.
No. Well, no, Mum. What time do you finish?
Oh, only a couple of hours.
Yeah, and the class is 7:30 till like 11, and then 45 minutes to get home. So it'd be 11:45. So
If it's something you can give me.
yeah, but I don't. I mean, it's something you had in the diary before I did, and it's totally fine. Like once a month is not gonna, you know. And like I say, there's a thing on Thursday this week, so I can go to that. I did look into buying my own car or hiring my own car, but no, so expensive. Sanya says, I feel like guys have such different styles of leading you as well, so it can be really confusing what they're trying to tell you. Definitely. And I did say to everybody before we started dancing, I'm really rusty. I know what I'm doing, but I haven't done it for years. So, you know, like just so you know, I'm going to do my best, but there's this. And some of them took that on board and some of them just like didn't. Yeah. And the other thing as well is like when the minute they let go, the minute the contact stops, it's just like deer in headlights. What am I supposed to do? I can't do it by myself. I mean, I perfectly obviously can, and I do carry on moving, but it's just like, This is why I just need to keep going to parties and lessons and classes and stuff, because the more you do, the better you get, the more confident you'll get, and I'm really enjoying it. Like, I'm really enjoying it. I have ordered dance shoes. They're on their way. I've had a notice to say that they've been shipped, which I'm very excited about. The minute I placed the order, I then found a pair of dance shoes that look like this. And now I want these as well. But how many pairs of dance shoes does one person need? Not two. I am aware of this before anybody says anything. But oh no, I close the tab. Hang on. Let me Google.
What, you lost them?
Well, it didn't take long to find them again.
That's all right.
Look, they are rainbow. Look. They go with everything. I mean, the other ones I've got are skin coloured with diamantes all over them, which will also go with everything.
Oh, well,
so I really don't need
No,
these. But there were girls there last night who had like 3 pairs of shoes with them, which is like, and they kept changing into them as well
Really?
throughout the night. It was like, okay. So yeah. Rotten Ralph says, I laugh my way through swing. People tell me that it looks like I know what I'm doing. I don't. I just know how to follow. Exactly. I'm a giggler as well. I whenever I end up doing something that I'm just like, well, that was a big move, I sort of giggle, and it's just like, why are you laughing? And it's like, because this is fun. So AQ says, hi everyone, it sounds like a fun night. Happy that you enjoyed yourself so much. Very much. And it was just, I was saying to Mum as well, like there was 3 of us that went, there were 6 of us from the island in total that came back together, but 3 of us that went out. And we went over early and we went and had dinner at Las Iguanas, which was really yummy. I had a bunless burger and a salad, which was genuinely delicious, and it was 2-for-1 cocktails all night, and they did really nice mocktails. So I had a berry fizz, which was raspberry, elderflower, and soda. Oh, so good. And then a passion fruit one as well, which is basically the same but with passion fruit instead of raspberries. But I was ordering my dinner, and the other 2 had ordered first, and Isabel is vegan, so she'd ordered the jackfruit burrito bowl. And then the guy was just like, oh, I'm really sorry you don't have chicken. She's like, no, jackfruit. And he was like, oh, okay, yeah, no problem. And then came back and he's like, we don't have that. And then he came back and he went, we do have that. So like, yeah. And then he came to my order and I was like, can I have the burger without the bun, please, and no tomatoes, but with the salad? And he was like, you're ordering a burger with no bun and a salad with no tomatoes? Like, yes, I am. He was like, okay. I almost ordered the garlic prawns as well. Sorry, Mum's heard this story all already, but I almost ordered the garlic prawns. It's like, yeah, I'll have those too. And then I thought, that's a really stupid idea if you're going to go dancing. Like, let's cancel the garlic prawns. So, yeah. Rotten Ralph says, following is the first thing to learn. Yes. I mean, girls do have it a lot easier. We learn the steps and we learn what the hand gestures and movements mean, and then we learn how to follow and how to hold our frame, and then from there it's practice and then adding in styling. And like, because I have this thing at the moment, if I try and do arms, like if I try and get all fancy with my arms like a lot of the girls do and it looks amazing, the minute I do that my feet stop, because apparently both sides of my body can't work at the same time. It's like, can't have feet and arms, one or the other, not both. So, and it's the footwork is ingrained because, you know, like I say, I haven't danced for 4 years, so it came back screaming back. So the footwork is there. It's just my brain's like, nope, upper body or lower body, not both together. So that's something I need to work on.
We're going to need rivet press in a minute.
It's right there. Oh yeah, you're like when Mum puts the handbrake on the car, she's like, beep, and the car doesn't move, and then when Dad puts the handbrake, he's on like this. And so like when I get in the car, it can always tell who's driven last, because it's actually this side as well. So Mum, it's just like beep, and then with Dad, it's like, oh, get the handbrake off. But she's the same with the rivet press. She's like, and nothing happens. It's like, to crunch it. So we might be doing rivet pressing in a minute.
You're a storyteller.
Ah, that's completely true, and you know it.
Storyteller.
True. Rachel Lynn says, good morning. Good morning. Nimoy says, I'm pants at social dances because my previous partner I went to class with was a terrible lead, so never learned how to follow. Our teacher wasn't great at teaching that part. Yeah, I have to say, it would be really good if the class every 4 or 5 weeks or so split the girls and the boys apart and taught the boys proper leads, and then the girls like styling and flourishes and how to follow as well, because following is just as important, you know, like frame and hands and what you're supposed to be doing is just as important as what they're doing. We did the class last week. There was a couple of moves. There was one where it was where I was doing a turn, and so the guy had to take me by the shoulders, and it was like 1, 2, 3, pause on 4, forward, and he's meant to have his arm across here, like 5 to stop you going too far forward, then 6, 7, and 8, and start again. And the teacher was doing it fine, and you do like a minute with the teacher and then rotate, but no other guy had this lead, so they're literally grabbing me at my shoulders regardless of the beat they were on. They're like and I'm like, this is not. So you're always told as well that you're meant to follow the lead you're given, not do what you know you're meant to do. You're meant to follow what the guy is telling you to do, not what the class is, you know, the progression of the dance that you're being taught in the class. So I'm going up and down the line and I'm like this. There was one guy that got it right, the rest of them didn't. But you can't say anything, like, because the minute they're like, you look uncomfortable, what's wrong? And it's like, well, you know, this is meant to, you're meant to be doing this, and they're like, oh, but I'm doing that. Okay. It's like there was a hand movement as well where they're supposed to take your hand and throw it away, and you bring your hand up and then take something, the hand in front of you, because they've done a turn. So they're meant to like have hold of your hand for like 1, 2, 3, and then throw it on 4. But they were all down here, they're just going like this on 1. And then when they're turning around, you're not quite in sync with them to pick their hand back up again, because they've let you go far too early. So you're kind of like yeah, I think it would be really, really good if they split us into boys or leads and follows, because it's not always boys and girls. There was a couple of guys dancing together last night and they looked amazing. But yes, if they split us into leads and follows and then really worked on it, like got the actual teacher to dance the woman's or the follows part with all the leads, and be like, okay, so no, this is what it should feel like, and then do, you know, like show them. Because yeah, that's so important, like so important when you're dancing with somebody who is a strong lead. Like when the previous teacher, Taz, when I was dancing with him, I was doing all sorts of like triple turns, this, that, and the other, because he was such a strong lead. It's like, I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing here, but I will just follow what you're telling me to do. And so I'm like, whoa. He was one that I definitely giggled a lot with. And it was amazing, and it was so much fun, and it was very kind of him to dance with me. And he usually danced with me at the beginning of, when we went to social events, he usually danced with me at the beginning of the night, and then it was like, thank you. And then he'd go and dance with like other girls as well, but lots of the experienced people, because it must be a pleasure to dance with somebody who's a really good dancer as a follow as well. But yeah, I didn't have that at all last night. It was just like, oh, I don't feel very confident. But still, honestly, so much fun. So much fun. Jojo's here. Afternoon all. Hope you're all well. Very well. Thank you, Jojo. How are you? Una's here. Hello, Sean and Peeps. Hi, Una. Rotten Ralph says, danger noodles is what we call snakes. Yes, nope ropes. Danger noodles. Absolutely. Yes. Gone too far in the chat. Far too far. Oh, wow. I'm very behind, aren't I? Sorry. Here we go. Johanna's here. I'm trying to learn how to lead at swing dance. It's not easy. No, and I get that. I get that. I say that to the guys at the class all the time, because it's, I mean, it really isn't easy. It really, really isn't. And I was like, girls have a really, well, follows have a really easy time, because all we have to do is do as we are told. Learning to lead is very, very difficult, and I wouldn't want to do it. I no. They have 4 levels at the class that I go to. So there's the beginners, the very, very beginners. There's the kind of like improvers, and then there's the intermediates, and then there's the advanced class, which is at the beginning of the first hour. So all those previous classes are in the second hour, and then the advanced in the first hour. And the improvers tends to be, everybody goes through it, but it tends to be the girls get to go upper class first, because the follows, like, I'm trying not to be gender specific because it's not always girls, is it? But the follows tend to go up to the next class a bit quicker, because they've got less to learn. They've got to know what a lead means, like, you know, he does this with your hand, then you're doing this. But it's that learning that movement as well, and then memorizing it. So yeah, 100% agree. Sue says, hi all, hello. Una says, after 2 whole weekends redoing my fabric stash, new shelving, etc., I'm so happy to be back sewing again this weekend. Nice. Please, 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 please show us a picture of your newly organized stash. Carolyn says, just say no to nope ropes and murder spaghetti. I love murder spaghetti. That's awesome. Nope ropes, murder spaghetti, and danger noodles. Love it. Elena says to Rotten Ralph, hi, haven't seen you anywhere lately. Is everything okay? Una says, I'm now doing Lindy Hop on Wednesday evenings in Preston, 45-minute drive from where I live, but really enjoying it. Actually, one of the girls that was at the event last night, Kimberly, she started salsa in October, and she now does it nearly 7 days a week. Like, she is really dedicated into improving every aspect of it. So she did like a styling class yesterday morning in Southampton. She lives on the island. So she did the styling class in Portsmouth, yesterday morning. Then stayed, went to the gym, kind of like to poodle around Portsmouth until the evening, then went and had dinner, and then came to the event last night. She's like pre-booking multi-passes for the ferries so that she can go literally nearly 7 days a week, which she clearly just got bitten by the bug and is absolutely loving it. And it's amazing. It's really, really cool. She's a really good dancer. So yeah. Ron Rouse says, my tango instructor said that the job of the lead is to show off the star, and that's their own fault if we followers don't understand. I know, I kept apologizing, and they're like, no, it's my fault. And it's like, it's probably your fault, but still I feel like bad for not knowing what this thing is. But I did say to every single one, I don't know Cuban very well. So yeah. Teresa says, why did I think the hangout didn't start until 8 p.m? So glad my phone alerted me to the start of this. Yeah, 8 p.m. would have been I think I'd have been clashing with Andrea beyond the pink door. Or no, she does 7 till 8, doesn't she? No, I would have been asleep by then. Going to be an early night. Rachel says, you need all the dance shoes. I don't need any encouragement. Jane, is Jane here as well from Bristol? Jane, I mean, you guys saw the debate. You saw my mental and internal debate on the Peeps group the other day when Jane put that fabric up. And yeah, I was really strong until Mum left. And then I caved because it had gone down and like lots of people had bought it. And I was like, oh my God, I need that. It is beautiful though.
Very bad.
Very bad. Yes, here we go. Yes. Probably out of stock now. Sold out. Jane, if you're here, this 5 meters is all your fault. It's going to be so beautiful. Oh, it was really fun seeing what everyone was wearing last night as well. Like really interesting to see all the different dresses and things that people were wearing. And it's just like, oh, I could make that. I could make that. I could totally make that. So yeah, I could end up with a salsa wardrobe by the end of the year as well. Rotten Mouse says, Elena, I've been watching the murder. Oh, hang on. Oh, frog in my throat. Excuse me. Murdow trial and resting, but thanks for asking. Crippling fatigue has made it challenging. Many gentle hugs. Laurel says, you need those rainbow shoes. Obviously. I need no encouragement, but thank you. Yes, I do. Christine says, those are so cool. Yes, you do need them. You only live once. Diana says, changing shoes during the night helps keep your feet from hurting. Yes, no, that totally makes sense because they were different styles of and different heel heights as well. It really does make sense. I was fine on mine most of the night. I mean, as you, I sat down for a lot of it, but I could dance in my 4-inch heels very, very easily. I am looking forward to my new ones coming though, because they are proper dance shoes as well, so not outdoor shoes like the ones I'm trying to use. Una says, oh my gosh, I love those rainbow shoes. Got to get those, but first I need some flats for class. She doesn't allow heels in class, and I'm not good enough for socials yet. Ah, interesting. So they do encourage us to wear a small heel. I've got one eyelash that's doing bid for freedom. Hang on. They do encourage us to wear a small heel because it is slightly easier. What are you doing, eyelash? That's slightly better. Oh gosh, giant bags under my eyes. Let's cover those up with the glasses. That's better. Yes, that's better because it was I could see it in my field of vision. It was just poking down a little bit. It's like, hello. Yeah, they do encourage us to wear small heels. By the end of the night, there were a lot of the professionals that, and this because there were a couple of professionals there. There was a lot of the professionals that had gone over to trainers. So it was like, yeah, not just me, but they were doing a lot more dancing than I was. Oh yeah. Christine says, pair of shoes can change your life. Ask Cinderella. Love it. Elena says to Rotten Ralph, we are watching same trial and probably cry laughing at Rob's frustration together. Elena says, with Emily D. Breaker, his frustration is visceral. Elena says to Rotten Ralph, hope you'll feel better soon. Carolyn says, bullseye to Christine Ashley, who had said pair of shoes can change your life. Yep, totally. Rotten Ralph says to Elena, thank you. Oh, no, hang on. I missed small. Elena, thanks. I won't lie, chronic illness is a beast. 100% feel your pain, but not in obviously the same way you do. But yes, many, as I say, gentle hugs. Many gentle hugs for everybody that wants it. Elena says to Rotten Ralph, Emily D. Baker is the only person who can make some sense to the madness with wandering lawyers. I don't want to get sucked into one of her streams again because I love her. She's amazing. Una says, my Lindy Hot class has us all leading and following, but I've not got the hang of leading yet. To be fair, I've not really been showing shown properly yet, just because we're learning the flying Charleston, which neither of you lead. Ah, okay. I think, yeah, it's a good idea to get like a grounding in it and then be like, and this is how you do the thing. And actually, you know what? Learning how to lead might not be a bad idea, because it might make you a better follow to know exactly what you're looking for. I already, my tiny little brain's already like, Carolyn says that crunch is satisfying. Yes, the rivet press crunch is satisfying. You having fun there? Okay. Joe's here. Hey there, Sean and Peeps. Checking in from the train from Glasgow to London, currently going through Wigan. Hello. Thank you for joining us. Eleanor says to Rock and Ralph, but sometimes you're going to have some more good days than bad ones, and I wish that you will not you'll have more of the good. Eliza says, good morning from Ohio. Good morning. Rock and Ralph says, thank you to Eleanor. I'm just joking my way through. I hate the early steps. By early, I mean of offbeat. Johanna says, I'm in swing class and there are 2 instructors, a lead and a follow. We get instructions on both positions. I just think my tiny little mind would be blown if they tried to teach me how to lead. I need to get more proficient at what I'm trying to do then before I start adding in new things. Like I say, top half, bottom half, not both. And lots of lead comes from like body position and what you're doing with your arms. So I get it. I get that it's not easy for the guys. I'm not complaining about the guys at all. In that, like, I get that they have a harder job. And again, not necessarily guys, the leads. I get that the leads have a harder job, definitely. Linnea is here. Hello, Peeps. Hello. Noe says, triple turns with someone to hold guide you sounds so comfy. Our last one, where they were at least fairly slow. Can't always say that about the choreos my teacher comes up with. If I ever find someone to do social dancing with again, I want to focus on getting the leading following part right. Regret missing out on that. Yeah. Libby says, yesterday I had a great idea. I pulled all my fabric out and planned to organise it better. 3 hours in and I was really questioning my idea. Yeah, we've all been there. You can do it. Right, Rachel Lynn says, that fabric matches your whole capsule for the year though. Yes, it does. It really does. Roses in red. It really, I mean, red flowers on a black background. That was why I talked myself out of it. It was like, no, it's a black background and I shouldn't be wearing black. And then it was just like, but I need it. Breaking strain of a Kit Kat. Elena says, Sean, now you can have extra fancy bag pouch to carry your dancing shoes. This is a good point. Use one of those at the moment. Olivia says, I moved into my sewing shed during the time my sister needed me to take care of her, so literally just put all my fabric in shelves. Today I should be able to finish, but I definitely have a lot of fabric. Welcome to the club. It's a good club to be in. Nimoy says, dance wardrobe at least get worn. I just bought myself a Rowan bodysuit partially to attempt a leotard. Nice. Una says, can't find the rainbow shoes. What website are they on again, please? I just googled rainbow Latin shoes. They are light in the box. Women's Latin shoes ballroom shoes line dance party. Color rainbow. Yeah, rainbow. Just Google rainbow Latin shoes. That was the first option. There's many different varieties that are all really pretty. It needs them. I don't need them. I want them. I don't need them. Natalie says, I used to do Macedonian folk dancing. At one performance, my shoe flew off and I died of embarrassment inside, but had to keep dancing. Oh, wow. Yeah. And then they said, Sean, there's only 2 weeks of daily streaming on Emily D. Baker left. No, I don't have time. I don't have time. The last time I got caught up in that, my entire life just devolved into like watching her. Because she's brilliant. She's absolutely brilliant, but no. No, I don't have time. I have a year of projects that scare me that I need to do. Anna says, I used to Lindy hop. I can lead, but I have the hardest time with the footwork. A starting left foot is so strange. Yeah, because guys, when they leads when they salsa, because we go back on our right, so they go forward. Yeah, that would confuzzle me too. Yep. Tabitha says, hi everyone, I got a question for you. Anyone tried to make the Sew Over Eve dress in jersey? Anything to be aware of? Is it just sewing as usual? You definitely can. You will want to stabilize the waist as well as the neckline very carefully, and you're not going to want too light a weight of a viscosy floaty jersey, because the weight of the skirt is going to pull that thing and make it just grow and grow and grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. So think carefully about the type of jersey that you use, and clear elastic into the waist to stabilize it. And I wouldn't, because I put a buttonhole in rather than leaving a gap, but because you're going to be finishing the edges differently, because I use French seams, I would leave a gap and then reinforce that gap where the tie goes through. I can't see why you couldn't though. Does anyone else have any differing opinions? Anessa says, good morning, Peeps and Sean. Good morning. Lala Palooza's here. Congratulations on the progress with your blocks. You're doing great at it. Thank you. I am a little concerned with my armholes on my sloper, how they've come out, because they seem very shallow. So I'm going to make up a muslin or a calico from this and then just tweak the armhole. I know Lynn said that she had to tweak her armhole quite a lot and ended up doing her own kind of thing. But the moulage fits so well with that shape armhole that maybe that's just my shape of armhole. So, and I know as well, because I've been watching Bianca's classes as well. I messaged her the other night with 3 pictures of patterns that I'm like, these are great. These would look wonderful on you. And if you fancy doing a tutorial on how to draft and sew this, that'd be awesome, because I've just made my slopers so I could follow along. She liked it. She hasn't replied. Bless her. So yeah, but with her, because her blocks, she's got all of the dart fullness from the shoulder dart, the armhole dart, all swung into the bust dart. So with that widening up, that would bring this up, and I think that this is going to start looking more like what I traditionally think of as an armhole when I do that. And as I mentioned in the video, which thank you so many of you have been commenting and liking on it, because I was a bit worried it was a bit dry because it was just really me talking, but I really didn't want to show too much of the sort of like sewing or calculation process because it is a paid for class. So I really appreciate that you guys are enjoying the video as is. I need to get a pattern notcher as well. But yeah, I'm thinking once I've swung this dart and this dart into this dart, that's going to open up a bit more, and that might change the shape of my armhole. But like I say, I'm going to make a sloper up before I start trying to draft from this thing, just to see how that comes out. So Rob now says, I'm trying not to get sucked into the video of a cat watching a bread maker, both of them eating. Oh, that sounds so cute. Jojo says, I really need to reorganize my fabric more again. My fabric stash is a real mess at the moment. Can I come help? That sounds like fun. Yes. Yeah, if you've watched that video as well, you know I've ordered some cotton sateen and some holographic, well, glittery, shiny spandex to try and do the Bianca dresses. It'll be fine. It'll be totally fine. So many of you have been really complimentary as well, saying that that pencil skirt shape suits me. There were a few people who were like, oh, you need to taper it in more because it will look better. And it's like, I know, but this is a sloper I'm doing as I'm told with the class. Like, this is the one that you're meant to do it straight down and then take it in to make it more pegged when you design stuff. This is meant to be a basic thing that fits your body perfectly, not like, so yeah. Lots of you have been very kind about my shape of my figure in that one. Somebody even said, wow, you're looking very slim at the moment. It's like, thank you. I have lost 12 pounds. I've still got how many? 9 pounds to go, and then I will be at my goal weight. But Mum gave me cake the other day. It was delicious cake.
No, it was
keto cake.
Keto cake.
Yeah, I don't know. It's still keto, but it was definitely you're much closer to your stretch goal. You've already hit your goal, haven't you?
I've hit my goal. I'm just under it still.
Yeah.
I sort of hover around it, but I want to try and get the stretch goal.
She wants me to come and do rivet punch with her now.
Can we do it while you're talking?
It means I've got to get up.
Can we do it while you're talking?
I'm so tired.
No. Should I leave it then?
No, we can do it.
We can do it.
I'm tired. You've marked everything where it needs to be marked.
No.
Well, let's you do that then.
Well, no, she said you have to make a hole.
You have to mark where the hole goes. She tells you how to do that very clearly. Let me catch up with the chat. I'm getting behind.
I can go and have a cup of tea if you want. Would that be better? Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I have very little brain at the moment, so I don't want to be punching into really expensive leather and getting it wrong. But she does want you to mark it, and she does tell you how to mark it. I know she does.
Yeah. What I'm marking.
Well, chalk pencil? You were drawing on it in chalk?
Yeah, in my this, you know.
The roller,
Yeah.
Well, where's your chalk mechanical pencil?
I don't know.
Would you like mine? Oh, mine's disappeared as well. It might.
Oh, yours is up there.
Oh, well, there you go. Mine hasn't disappeared. It's just hiding behind you guys. Olivia says, I've come to realise that I have fabric that I don't really want anymore. Yeah, see, I keep thinking that, and I keep thinking, ooh, let's clear it all out, and then I hoard it. So you're very, very, very strong willpower if you are actually managing to let some of it go. That's very, very good of you. Una says, my Lindy Hop teacher said learning to lead and follow is like children being brought up bilingual. Takes longer in the beginning, but then it all clicks and you just end up better with both. I can imagine. You know a biro's not going to come off. Yes, that will come off. That will wipe off if it doesn't come off. There you go. Yes, chalk. Karina says, hi, your videos on the block sloper really inspired me to do my own. I had those classes for a while, but I'm so scared. Honestly, I am genuinely amazed with how that came out. The class is really, really clear. And the fluff up with the shoulders was my error in measuring. Like, I just, you know, that's where you really need to be very, very, very precise. Like, really triple check your measurements. And then triple check your calculations. Ask us how we know. But yeah, she's very thorough in the class, and it's I highly recommend. Highly recommend. Teresa says, may I ask what your mum is sewing? The Hariath. Can I borrow one of your fronts when you're done marking it? She's sewing a fancy leather bag. Oh, yeah? Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, she is. Fancy leather bag.
It's quite nice, the colours, actually.
It's very nice combination of colours, yeah.
And the lining.
Oh, I know why. Okay, yeah, I know why you didn't have enough black leather, because you've gone off piece. That was the black leather there is meant to be a pattern, wasn't it? You decided against that, clearly. It was meant to be the floral that you've made your dress out
of.
Oh,
yeah, no.
That'd be why. Rotten Ralph says, at some point I have to iron 15 yards of cotton organdy for petticoats and interlining. You can do it! Don't envy you, but you can do it! Oh, I'm really behind with chat again. No, not that far behind with the chat. Oh, I'm getting confused. Where did you go? Where did you go? There we are. There we are. Olivia says, and a lot more linen than I thought, which is good because I've gone through a change and Polly is not my friend. Yeah, no, I don't like Polly at the best of times. I haven't really worn my scuba dresses very much this year. I think it's because I've discovered the joys of viscose dresses with long sleeves. So I've been making a lot of those. Una says, loved your sloper videos. One day when I get to my ideal weight, but no point while I'm slimming as I'm different every garment I make. Yeah, she does say that you've got about a 10 pound plus or minus leeway from this. And as I say, I want to lose 10 pounds. So I think what I will do when I get down that 10 pounds is redo this. I think it would be interesting to redo this because I've kept all of my original drafts. They're folded up in a folder here. I'm obviously not going to fold my card. We've worked out where we're going to hang it. Somebody did say that to me. She was like, don't fold your card. It's like, no, I shan't fold my card. They will hang up. But yeah, I think I will redo it when I get to my goal weight. To just see what the difference is. If it's minimal, then I might not go any further than the draft. But if it's big enough from the draft, then I think I probably will do the process again because I have thoroughly enjoyed it. Big Bird is coming to visit us at the end of April, and she wants to do her slopers. So we'll be doing the process again then as well. So that, you know, there will be more. There will be more. Nimue says to Rotten Ralph, can you split into panels first because it sounds like a punishment that ironing will be organdy? Yes. Lollapalooza says it will be more than fine. It will be fantastic. Yes. Una says maybe that pencil skirt sloper shape is better for you anyway. I'm quite interested to see it pegged. I think I'm not disagreeing with the person who said, oh, you need to take it in underneath and, you know, like peg it down further. I'm not disagreeing with that person in the like visual. I think I would prefer it. I think it will kind of like properly Jessica Rabbit. Like that's, you know, and then especially if I do the grown on sleeve for the shoulders to get the proportion for that right, to build up the shoulders to really wasp the waist. I am not disagreeing. I think I will prefer it pegged, but it was just like, it's only the second time sewing. I mean, it's the first time sewing that muslin, and I'm doing as I'm told because loads of people had loads of different advice for this, and they're like, no, split the dart into two, do this, do this, do this. And it's like, I get you, I completely understand, but the class that I'm following has told me to do this, so I'm doing this because I don't want to go too off-piste whilst I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing. Like, I can totally see myself like going off piece and doing a whole bunch of other stuff in the future, but for the purposes of this month, follow the classes. So yeah. Una says, where's this recipe for keto cake, please? It was from, it's Mum actually buys the cakes.
Delicious Dan.
Delicious Dan. We had the lemon drizzle cake, and honestly, I was not expecting to like it. I was like, oh, I'll have a mouthful. And it was just like, oh, it was damn good. You've got a cherry bakewell up there at the moment, haven't you?
And one of the lemon drizzle left, but I expect Dad will want that. You like cherry bakewell? It's not. It's blueberries.
Do you want him with the rivets?
Shall I bring it?
No, don't bring it down here. She wants me to move.
Oh, you're going to take them with you?
Why does she want me to move? Let's say hello to them. If you're going to make me do things, you've got to come say hi.
Hi. I've still got my coat on.
Well, it's 21 degrees in here. It's not overly warm. I mean, it is. It's very pleasant, but like when you're cold. Oh God, I can't even see your marks.
Oh, that's really difficult.
Oh,
I can see them.
So you're using copper, so I need to get rivets as well, don't I? You are high maintenance. Where do you think I got it all from?
But doing the sloper was actually great. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to doing the trouser one, and then I can
Still got sleeves next.
make myself some trousers.
Sleeves next.
These trousers fit very well, actually, don't they?
They do. Were they one of the ones
Marks
you
and
altered?
Spencer's, no. And they're a size 12. I'm so excited.
Right, so is that the mark?
Yes.
It's got to go all the way through everything, hasn't it?
Yes. It's a lot. It's a lot to go through. It's can you nearly see it? What can I?
Difficult, isn't it? Yeah, none of this is working.
That is, you can see that. I think she's tired.
I am tired. I haven't had enough sleep. Because I got home and then somebody wanted to talk to me.
That was fun.
It was. It's all self-inflicted.
If you two get together, it will be
permanently exhausted
a
pigeons.
disaster. They'll never stop talking.
That sounds like a wonderful thing. Okay, well, I've made holes.
Right the way through?
I don't know. I'm putting as much pressure as I can on this. Yes. And then the other one's
In the middle there. Can you see? I can see it. 1/4 inch. It's in the middle, basically, she
Yes.
says. It's only
permanently exhausted pigeon.
only 6 more to do after that.
You can start getting your rivets ready then.
Oh, right. Mm. So what are you all doing today? I've been promising this bag since Sian's last workshop retreat.
Words are hard.
Mm.
See, not just me.
Yes, and it's sort of been waiting.
Yeah, James and Nia bought you this leather, didn't they?
They did. And Sian gave me the black.
Because I'm nice like that.
And then I had to buy some more black. And then I've got to pay her back for black as well, really.
Well, I mean,
if you need
technically
it,
these are Wilson's old sleeves, and this is the one that didn't have quite enough. And Mum just kind of were looking through the leather stash and kind of like had heart eyes for this. So I was like, sure.
Mistake.
Yes, clearly.
I said thank you because I like black, and I knew I had this nice
lobster. It was called.
Was it lobster? I called it rust, but yeah, lobster.
I think it was lobster.
So I thought it would look very good together.
And they do. But the reason she didn't have enough black is because she was going to do a fabric upper, but she's gone all leather.
Yeah.
Because you like to make your life difficult.
Yeah, well, I like the bags. I really
Yes, no, I agree.
I prefer. It's cruelty, isn't it, to children?
Yes!
The MSPCC will be having me up in a minute.
Yes!
I can see it coming.
Yes! Cruel and unusual punishment. Make your... And I'm not even hungover. I'm just tired. I didn't drink any... I mean, I haven't had alcohol in a long time. That's since that Dad bought that bottle of jam shed home, which was very kind of him, but I did kind of curse his name. Like, I don't actually want to drink. Hangovers are not worth it anymore. So yeah, the mocktails that we had last night were lovely. And also, obviously, there was one guy who was very drunk and he kept asking me for a dance, and I was just, by that point I was already like, it was merengue. I was just like, I don't want to do a merengue. It hurts my knees. And he was like, but I want to dance with you to this song. It's really easy. And I was just like, no, I'm sorry, but because like there's an etiquette to it. Like if you say no to somebody, you can't then say yes to the next person that asks you for that dance. Like if you say no, you're not dancing that dance with anyone, which is, like, fine. But yeah, I was just like, no, I don't want to. I don't like meringue. It hurts my knees. It's a lot of stomping and yeah, no. And he was just very persistent.
Our little green finches are back. That's filled all the bird feeders up again.
Covered in rooks and ravens the other day.
There's about 50 of them in the garden. It was quite weird, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, I was sitting here by myself, and then suddenly all of them descended, and they're like landing on the roof, and it was loud. It was just like
They're very noisy. Very noisy, aren't they?
yes, they are. Maybe you need long ones for this. No, it's okay.
Sure.
Medium's good.
Medium's good.
See, I managed to make them click. She can't make them click. They go on, they're fine, they're attached, but she doesn't make them click, and I don't. Oh, hang on. Yeah, this is what she does. There we go.
Is it?
It's on, but it didn't click, no. I like the click. Watch
rather
none
nice
of them
that
click for
you
me.
do the sort of fancy bit first, isn't it?
Yeah.
You feel you've sort of achieved something. It's only 2 fronts.
None of them are clicking for me now.
Oh,
I like the click.
it's because they heard you enjoyed it.
Yeah, they're like, nope, none for you.
It's not even there.
Oh, I'm way behind with the chat now. They're just enjoying the comedy
Yeah.
duo that we are.
Yeah.
I still go back and watch that Vlogmas from the year before last, with the calendar when you got the penguins and you'd come penguins and but you'd come down and I had my heels on because I was filming. And it was literally like camera like this, like Dougal, the cows outside are far away. These ones are very small. I mean, I make myself laugh if nothing else.
This is good.
I mean, yeah, you gotta have a sense of humour.
This is good.
Clicked.
Last one. Yeah. There's a fault in the leather, but
Yeah, that's because it won't have been like a AAA grade. I made her buy a AAA grade black one to replace this one because this was a AAA grade. Most expensive one on the site. It's like, yes, it was. Oh, I looked and they don't have any yellow leather. Not in a colour that I like. In big enough
they got
skins.
mustard, haven't they?
My
Chartreuse. No, what was it? Valerie had.
that was like absinthe green.
Yeah, she had. Oh, and pink.
Yeah. This colour.
Yeah. No, she wanted a yellow one as well. That maybe is why she didn't get it.
I have one yellow suede skin up there. No, it's not finished yet.
Oh.
It needs to be squished.
More squishy.
I know, that's why I'm complaining. It's so much work.
Do you want me to try?
No, because they won't be properly squished if you do it. It literally.
Oh, lies.
It's not.
I swing on it.
And it still doesn't squish. That's what's the funniest thing. She does all this, but it doesn't properly squish. So
how do you know when it's properly squished?
because you can feel it crunch. Too much energy.
my lining. That's pretty, isn't it? Goes so well with the colours.
It's exciting.
Oh, that's very, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
There you go. There's one. Another.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's exciting.
I bought her all the hardware for it.
You did.
I gave her a kit.
You did.
She even put it somewhere safe and then remembered where that safe place was.
Unusual.
Yeah, very.
Found it first time.
Yeah, she came up, she's like, I'm going to make the Horiath. I was like, okay, do you know where your stuff is? She's like, yes. I was like, don't believe you. She did, though.
I did.
Yeah, they haven't got the yellow leather in the quantity that I need for a moto jacket. So I'm wondering, do I do like multicolored one? And patchwork it, like really go to town?
We can put it in the quilt show then as a costume.
Well, there's a bit that does get quilted, like the shoulders and the upper arms.
Well, the patchwork you use it with anyway, but yes.
Okay.
Isn't
Love
that going
you.
to be splendid? Thank you so much. Very grateful.
One doth protest too much. No,
You don't want them in there?
no, they don't go in there. These go in there. That's why they've got that in there. Then these live in here, so I know that where everything is.
And that fellow lives.
And it screws in. That's the bitey fellow. That's the little anvil.
Okie doke.
There's methods.
Okie doke.
Things live where they. Do you want your instructions back?
That's very good.
Ooh. Have I been waffling at you guys for an hour? I have. Thank you for putting up with us waffle at you for an hour. I really like this top. I need to make more of these. This is a nice, like, casual jogging top, isn't it? I mean, I don't do jogging at all, but it's not like a sloppy Joe jumper.
No, it's not.
It's. And do you remember I got this fabric from my booth there? Oh,
no.
Shaft.
I bet you wouldn't expect them to smell something warm.
Well, it does get cold in the winter. Yeah. Okay, I need to be where you are. My things away. Is there cake?
Yes. Yes.
Do I want cake?
I don't know.
Do I want cake?
You probably do.
I actually don't want cake.
You don't?
I need no, because I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to
me
get
too.
to it, so I don't want to get into the habit of cake.
No. I don't buy it very often.
No, you don't. Do they do a chocolate one?
They do.
Could you get the chocolate one?
I could.
Would you get the chocolate one?
I might.
Please, can you get the chocolate one? Am I
I
asking
will.
in the correct English yet?
I will.
Have I asked in the correct English?
Yeah.
Granny used to be a terror for that.
She did.
May I have? Yes, you may. Can I have? Yes, you can. But there had to be a please and thank you.
Oh, they did. Oh, goodness. Get nothing out of Granny without a
No.
please and thank you.
But you also had to ask the correct way as well. You really did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, you may. And then nothing. Right, I've got a lot of chat to catch up on. Oh, it hasn't moved. That's good. But it's going to move the minute I turn. Where did it go to with the chat?
Oh.
No. You can't have more rivets.
No more with it. What's that?
Oh, that's hair, lavender, and twine sign.
Oh.
I don't have any of those.
So I don't.
Do you want a little label on the outside of your bag? I have some.
I have Gucci.
It's not a Gucci bag, Mum. I think that's illegal.
Okay.
I personally am not a huge fan of labels on the outside of bags. I like a little label on the inside.
Yeah.
I have some of those. Let me just go and see which ones I've got. If you would like. If you can have. If I can remember where they are. Handmade labels. They're in the drawer that says handmade labels.
Well, that's a first.
I don't have many. Oh, one of these on the inside would be nice, Mum. No, not those. So I have Mum's Bobby's making a bid for freedom. I've got that one. Ooh. But I think it's not so original.
Oh, right.
I think no, I think that on the inside.
Yeah.
I've got a little one like that. But I like that one better.
Okay.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Just put on the top of one of the pockets.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
So I will show
it in
you.
that
I will
bag.
steal it. Show the guys.
Yeah.
And then because I've abandoned them again. One of you guys sent me these actually. You sent me some oblong, rounded. Words are hard. They were long and thin with round corners, and then also these little. I can't hold it. There we go. Little handmade. I just think that you could hand sew that onto the outside, underneath the zipper pocket trim.
Yeah.
That round leather trim that you're doing.
Yeah.
If you sew this just underneath that in the middle of the zipper pocket.
Yeah.
Or above.
Yeah.
I think that would look really pretty.
Yeah.
But I'm not a huge fan for labels on the outside. But that's just me. Like, they do make some beautiful ones, and Erica has got lavender and twine ones.
No,
And it does show in the picture, which is why Mum's like, oh, do I need this?
What is it? What is it?
You don't need it, and you don't have one, so no. None for you. Where are we with the
I probably ought to go and do this cup of tea and then bring one down for you, should I?
May I have a mint tea?
Mint tea.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have mine.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
is that all right?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
bring it.
My hot chocolate order, my hotel chocolat order is coming. I've been out for about a week. Yeah.
That's probably why you're losing weight.
Oh, don't take my hot chocolate away from me. Moo.
Let's do the strap
Moo.
connector next.
Right, where did I get to? Diana says, when I unpack my fabric and sewing stuff in Prague, you're welcome to come help. Lol. Yeah. I can make that my life's mission, just to travel around the world and help everyone organise their fabric stashes, and then just suddenly come home and it'd be like, oh, look what fabric I picked up whilst I was away. This didn't actually belong to somebody else ahead of time. I know, Ruan and Tamlin wasn't there, but Ruan was at Rachel's for their live stream the other night. Tamlin was supposed to be there as well. It was just like, you've got access to Rachel's stuff.
Yes, I'm here. This is what I want.
I want to go and play in there.
She does have a good stash.
She does have a good stash. Oh no! The chat went too far. The chat went too far. I lost it. I was trying to gently scroll up and I didn't. Kathleen says the skirt sloper looked amazing on you, and you could certainly wear pencil skirts that show it off, girl. Yeah, I think it's just, like I say, the few times that I tried from patterns, I ended up with pointy butt darts. But this one, I was genuinely surprised that those 4 darts front and back gave me the shape that it did. I was genuinely surprised by that.
You could wear them, and I used to wear them for work because I was told by my colour person that was the shape I should wear.
And it's going to be interesting to see how I feel after I've made those colour block dresses that I've bought the fabric for. Because for me, again, the few times that I've made that shape, I always end up feeling that it's very business appropriate. And that's just not my life. My life is much more girly, floaty and wafty, which is why I like the big skirts and things that I like. And I feel comfortable in them. And it's not to say that I don't look good in the other things. There's a lot of things that I look good in that I don't feel comfortable in. There's a lot of things that I look atrocious in that probably I shouldn't ever wear. But again, I've said this many, many times. Just because somebody else says that something isn't right for you doesn't mean to say you can't wear that. If you feel confident in what you're putting on your body, then 100% you do you and you wear it and you be happy in it, because life is too short to not be happy in your clothes. So I'm going to be really interested to see how these pencil skirt dresses come out. It's going to be interesting. I don't know that I'm going to wear them very often, but I'm very much up for the challenge of making them. And then we'll see. We shall see. So, yeah. Rachel then says, I need to lose 12 pounds in the next 12 weeks. We'll see how it goes. Doctor's orders. You can do it. You can totally do it. Red Evie says, did you ever look the older videos from Lifting Pins and Needles? She did a lot of her own pattern drafting and makes great the style she wanted. I love Lifting Pins and Needles. I watch a lot of her stuff. So yeah, I have seen a lot of her videos. Rotten Ralph says, Nimoy, it's been in the naughty place because because I know it's a punishment task. I pre-washed and dried it. You can do it. Jojo says, yep, definitely get yourself up here. I need all the help I can get. My stash is floor to ceiling along one entire wall and the whole thing needs sorting. It's going to take days. It will be so much fun. It would be so much fun. Rachel Lynn says, ooh, that bag is gorgeous. Yes, it is. Yes, and 66 says, hello from California. This is my first time live. Hello, welcome. Sorry it's taken me so long to say hi to you, but thank you for joining us. Lala Palooza says, love a classic black and tan cognac combo. Ooh, cognac's a good name for it. I do think that it was called lobster, though, because I remember Big Bird saying lobster when she gave it to Mum. So, yeah. But no, it's a nice colour. Very nice colour. Linnea says, zoomed out to give the kids food. And so you might have said, but what are you working on today? Linnea, you know better than that. Work me? No. No. I am sitting. I am exhausted pigeoning. And that is it. Rachel's here. Afternoon all. Sorry, not sure if this is still live, but as I've been asleep. Yes, hello Rachel. Olivia says, nice bag, Jane. It is, isn't it? Teresa says, beautiful bag. Mim says, I made my bodice block out at the McCall's 7861. I had to tweak it a little, but it works out good. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. Like, just because I've gone down the craftsy class route, and like I say, I bought these years ago, and that's just why I've decided to go this route. Like Bianca's got, if you go to, not just Bianca, but obviously there's lots of different resources out there, like Lifting Pins and Needles, for example, as well. So if you go to, for example, Bianca's channel and put in bodice block, she's got a whole bunch of videos about different ways to get to the end result. And however you get there, if you're happy with the fit of it, perfect, because that's the end result, isn't it? That's something that you're 100% happy with the fit of. So yeah, I'm just going down the craftsy class route because Mum and I, like 7-8 years ago, just they were doing constant like, oh, get 4 classes for $10 or this or that or the other, and it wasn't a subscription service. It was like you pay for the classes that you want kind of thing. And so we've got a bunch of classes. We've got cookery classes, quilting classes, sewing classes, gardening classes, the whole the works, everything. So for me, it just made sense to use the thing that we paid for. But yeah, I've got I think with this class actually came the Vogue Sloper pattern, which I've got in there somewhere. And there's a McCall's and a Butterick one, which I imagine would be very similar. But yeah, there's loads of different ways of getting to your basic block. And your basic block might look very different from my basic block. Because like I said, I mean, in all honesty, the amount of times I'm going to use this entire thing, minimal. I'm going to trace off the waist up. I'm going to swing the darts over so I have a 2-dart bodice, which I do think is going to change the shape of the armhole. I'm also going to do the grown on sleeve block in card as well, because that's another starting point that I'm going to use often. By Hand London Anna Top, we're looking at you. So yeah, I mean, lots of people asked if I could use the By Hand London Anna Top as a block, and for a grown on sleeve block, yeah, I totally could have, but I want to do it this way because it's just one of the classes that I've bought. So yes. Julian's here. Hey everyone. Hello. Rotten Ralph says, I have the Vogue Sloper pattern for my current size. I'm going to do it. You can do it. You can totally do it. Elena says, why German pattern companies make patterns only in German? I just can't today with Google Translate, but what wouldn't I do to make my mini demon happy? Yeah, I was talking about this with someone, and it was like, what superpower could you have? And mine, if I could have any superpower in the world, I would be able to, you have to be thorough with this, so speak, read, write, and understand every language that's ever been or is coming up. I would love that as a superpower. I just imagine the freedom that you'd have, and like how the conversations you could have with people. Just and then I mean, obviously also being able to read cuneiform. I mean, who doesn't want that? So like that would be such a good superpower. Olivia says to Rotten Ralph, I also have the Vogue sloper pattern. I do plan on making that this year. Nice. Sloper, not sloped. Yes. Nimue says, speaking of coats, Jane, have you seen the new Love Notions Coda quilted coat? I'm looking forward to combining two hobbies, but with different patchwork designs that were already on my mind. Haven't. I will tell Mum about that when she comes back. Elena says, who needs sleep? Sleeping is for babies. Rotten Ralph says, Olivia, I got it on Bianca's recommendation. Eliza says, I can't find the delicious Dan on the website. Can anyone direct me? I will put it on the Peeps group. And if I forget, poke me on the Peeps group. So yes. Rotten Ralph says, Elena, I need sleep. I don't get rest, but sleep good. Una says, I was reminded of a few UFO mending upcycling in my fabric stash reorganization. So yesterday's upcycle dress into a skirt. Nice. I've got a bunch of stuff on this rail. I was actually going to do a closet clear out with you guys today, but then I realized that's quite a lot of effort and I just wanted to come and sit and chat. I'm so tired. I am so tired. Jojo says, that's one thing that some folk need to keep in mind. Etiquette dictates that unless asked, giving advice on improvements to someone's work is blooming rude, even if well-intentioned. I mean, yes, definitely. Yeah. Kathleen says, what are you using to punch the holes? The rivet press. I got from Green Grizzly. Highly recommend. Olivia says to Rotten Ralph, I was lucky enough to find a thrift store. I didn't even know that she find it at a thrift store. I didn't even know that she recommended it. Oh, nice. Laurel says, today's project is picking apart my sloper and inserting a 5/8 strip between the bodice and the skirt so my skirt hangs properly at hip level. So Una says, today I'm adding back onto the bits I cut off my Gertie wrap top because I was halfway up my back the one time I wore it last summer. Had to safety pin it to the wrap ties. Olivia says, I also need sleep. Jojo says, Mum is looking lovely today. I shall tell her. Rachel then says, Sean, are you still looking for a camisole top? Cashmere Club has the vola top and dress. Since it has cup sizes, it might work for you. I'm making a dress today. I'm going to have a look at that. Thank you for the recommendation. Again, I'm kind of hoping that these are the magical thing that, you know, like now that I have this, I have everything, kind of thing. Having said that, I did look at the new McCall's patterns and have added a few to my list because, of course, I have. But I am being very much more selective about patterns that I bring. And actually, I think it might even have been you, Kathleen, but somebody asked a question, and it was a couple of months ago now, but it was along the lines of, do you find that now you're more experienced that you can look at patterns and go, oh, well, that element, and that element smushed together will give me what I want? And the answer to that is yes, definitely. The more confident you get with sewing patterns and knowing the language and the reasons that they've got, like this, and this, doing this, the more confident you get with that, the more you can be like, oh, well, if I tweak that, then I get this. So yeah, 100%. 100%. Una says, luckily I hadn't thrown the pieces away, so sewed them back on and moved. And now to secure the outer and lining together at the back hem, I do hand sew. Do I hand sew invisibly or top stitch? Wrap ties will cover most of it, I think. If it's something that's going to be covered mostly and it is a knit top, I would top stitch, but that's me. Elena says to Rotten Ralph, that was irony. Can't fall asleep, so I'm always tired. Insomnia is so wonderful when doctors are afraid of giving me amount of medication that would work for me, and nothing works. Oh, you guys. Hugs, many hugs. Laurel says to Rotten Ralph, see my rant in the Peeps group about my incomplete instructions for the Vogue sloper pattern. Yes, I did see that. I glanced over it, Laurel. I need to read it properly. Rotten Ralph says to Elena, irony is a good response. I get hit in the face with sleep sometimes and I don't get a choice. Olivia says to Elena, I started taking melatonin quick dissolve only when I'm struggling to sleep and have had several chronic illnesses which definitely interrupt my sleep. Rotten Ralph says to Laurel, I bought that Vogue sewing book for the extra instructions. I find books are a little better. Lisa says, so pretty for the bag. Rotten Ralph says, Olivia, I take 2 to 4 milligrams of melatonin daily because it's supposed to be preventative against migraines. Ah, interesting. Olivia says to Laurel, thanks for saying that. Rotten Ralph, I own the Vogue sewing book, so thank you for mentioning that. Nomori says, always squish your rivets. Unlike the person leaving an Amazon review claiming that included the tool was unnecessary, fingers were fine, and then complained that the rivets were rubbish and came apart. No way did somebody say that. Oh, wow. 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 Elena says to Olivia, we tried almost everything during the last 7 years. Started with melatonin, everything works for 1 week, and then after that, my body bypasses that. Lisa says to Rotten Ralph, does it help prevent migraines? And Lisa says, love your top. What pattern is it? It's the McCall's 8145, and I have done a sew along for it. Olivia says to Rotten Ralph, didn't know that. I get horrible migraines. I'll look into getting a lower dose and try that. Nice. Nia says, hello, watching from the sofa because I'm knackered after a tracing marathon. Nice. Olivia says to Elena, I'm sorry, I can't even pretend to imagine. It's sending you prayers and positive thoughts. Many gentle hugs for everyone that needs them. Hugs. Hugs. Rotten Ralph says to Lisa, I think it's helpful, but I have migraines all day, every day without my Botox and supplements, so I'm throwing everything at the wall. Oh. Lisa says to Rotten Ralph, sorry for that. I know someone who gets them occasionally and also has a hard time sleeping. That's why I was asking. And Rotten Ralph says to Elena, your body is adaptive. Cursed adaptation. Yeah. Yeah. It's annoying, isn't it, when your body's just like, oh, this works for you? Let's just absorb that and carry on and do something completely different. Like, really? Really? I've lost my place in the chat again. There we go. Elena says to Olivia, thank you, and I'm used to my random sleeping. It sucks most when you fall asleep at 7 a.m. and then need to wake up at 8 a.m. Yeah. Olivia says to Ralph, my husband's co-worker has recently started acupuncture in hopes of relieving her migraines, and she's just 20 and has lived with them for several years now. Poor thing. It just reminds me that I've got my acupuncture appointment soon. I'm excited. I am excited. Rotten Ralph says to Lisa, I'm happy to provide you with the information. And Lisa says to Rotten Ralph, thank you so much. Rotten Ralph says to Olivia, I have a master's in traditional Chinese medicine and acupuncture. I can't needle myself, but I know how much it helped me. I do not needle myself, but I need it in the back of the neck. Yes. And Olivia says to Elena, I have severe fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue. By early afternoon, I'm all done and definitely in need of a nap. Una says, maybe the pencil skirt isn't about being businesslike versus your style, as in romantic versus classic dramatic types of classifications. I'm still really interested in doing the kibi body style thing, but I know you had to take a photo of yourself in tight-fitting like garments and then answer questions honestly. And I was just like, I'll do that another time. So yeah, I'd be interested to see what I come out as, but like you guys know, I kind of identified what I feel comfortable in and what I like wearing. And yeah, that's why, I mean, I suppose some people might think it's boring, but I really like my clothes and what I make, and I enjoy dressing this way. So I don't know. I think it would be an interesting experiment again to sort of see what I should be wearing. Olivia says to Ralph, I have a severe fear of needles, but I'm aware it's irrational. But yeah, same here, Olivia. I have such a phobia of needles, and I am equal measures looking forward to and terrified about this acupuncture appointment. I think I'm going to have my eyes closed for the entirety of it. I am fully aware that it's actually not really, you know, like lots of you guys have reassured me and stuff like that. But yeah, irrational needle phobia is, you know, like, yeah. Una says, I got the gorgeous skirt from a charity shop the other day, and it's a night and day trumpet skirt shaped skirt in stretch fabric. So I'm happy. And it makes me realize that I think I prefer that shape to a pencil. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I've had pencil skirts in the past, and I used to wear them a lot, and I just stopped. So you know, style evolves and things like that. So I'm going to be really interested to see how these dresses turn out and if they end up actually being worn. Elena says to Olivia, naps are winners when possible. Wishing you also more good days than bads. Rotten Ralph says to Olivia, it's okay to face your fears. Try the litany against fear. Oh yeah, fear is a mind killer. I like that one. Olivia says to Elena, thank you. Wish you the same. Rachel says, so I drafted my blocks, but really struggled to find good resources for drafting patterns from them. Bianca's channel, 100%. And then she recommends a book, which again, Rachel, if you do go, if you go into the comments section of the block video that I've just put up, Lynn, Aussie Blackbeard, has put in the name of the book that Bianca recommends as well. And she says she uses it a lot. Lynn drafts a lot of her own patterns. So I'm going to have a look for that one. Rebecca says, hi, Sean, wanted to sew the Vogue 9076 and I watched your videos on it and you mentioned elongating the bodice pattern and I like how that looks. Do you have a video on that? I have the start of a video. I have the skirt there and you're sitting next to the bodice, which needs to be made. And the goal is to get it done, edited and uploaded this month. So yes, it's coming. I've had this dress cut out since November though. It'll happen. It will happen. Rotten Ralph says, Olivia, do whatever works best for you. Lisa says, I'm new to this sloper. What is it? Me, look, me in paper form. That's my body. So a sloper is a very basic pattern that fits you really, really well, that you then use to draft your own patterns from for style lines, so you can manipulate it in many different ways. Rachel Lynn says, I think it will be interesting to see what a difference between your block and the Anna top. Yeah, I have a feeling they're going to come out quite similar. Rotten Ralph says to Lisa, a sloper is what you use to draft sewing patterns. Olivia says to Rotten Ralph, I know that I just need to face them and make the excuses not to. Baby steps. Oh, Olivia, do the thing that we do when you're doing something scary. If you don't bite the dentist, you get fabric. If you go to your acupuncture appointment, you get fabric. It works. Close your eyes and imagine all the fabric that you can. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily, maybe give yourself 10 centimeters for every needle or something like that, although that might draw attention to how many needles they're using. But like, you know, work out a reward system that works for you. Don't buy the dentist, you get fabric. I haven't been to the dentist in ages. I need to go, and I've bought a lot of fabric. Una says, won't be long before we have universal translators. Lol, this is very true. That would be very cool. But I think as a superpower, that's very cool. Lisa says to Rotten Ralph, thank you. Rotten Ralph says, Olivia, baby steps are steps. Exactly. Olivia says, did everyone give the stream a thumbs up? Oh, yes, there's 124 of us and 62 likes. Heather says, for those who make the Gertie patterns, could I use the Stanwyck pencil skirt as a starter sloper? I can't see why not. How many darts does it have? Because basically, is this the front or the back? That's back. I mean, like a basic pencil skirt that fits you well. This is me. That's my front. If a basic pencil skirt fits you well, then you've got a sloper. Like, this was not at all hard to do. I got we did that in a day. And I was just like, oh, I'm going to breeze through this. I'm going to do all 4 in 1 week. You. you. Nimoy says to Elena, missed that earlier, but if you want to DM me your German instructions, I'm happy to help with those instructions. Some German sewing terms are bonkers to translate. Olivia says to Rotten Ralph 100. Sue says, who is the Bianca who's been mentioned? It is the closet historian, and I am super fangirl. Love her. She very pretty. Olivia says to Sue D, YouTube channel The Closet Historian, and Sue says thank you to Olivia. Lady Vega says, I am hand sewing little bows onto can-can petticoats. Thanks for keeping me company, Peeps. Thank you for joining us. Olivia says to Sue, you're welcome. Diana says, I am cutting out the Pattern Emporium Every Day's a Weekend dress and the fitted bodice add-on. First time doing fitted in a knit since I lost 60 pounds. Ooh, good luck with that. It's going to be amazing. Elena says to Nimue, thank you for offering. I had some laugh with interfacing translations. This is just an easy pattern that has a video. Just cover for playing cards, but I can share a link if you like. And Nimue says, Elena, the offer is out there if you can't figure out a step, and I can imagine that interfacing will lead to amazing results. Carolyn says, have a good week, sweet peeps. Thank you for joining us. Elena says, most funny thing with needle phobia is that we are all using an insane amount of needles in one we said. Don't tell me that, because I don't want to be getting phobic about it. That's one of my ultimate fears, is sewing through my finger. I've never done it. Touch all of the wood. Touch wood that I never do it. I'm so paranoid about that. No. What's song? Olivia's laughing at Elena. Rotten Ralph says, Una, I'm just concerned that Universal Translator isn't the easiest thing, being confused on the vernacular. Yeah. I still think that would be a super awesome superpower. Heather says, 2 front darts and 2 back. I can't see why you can't use that as your sloper. If it fits you beautifully, then yeah. Catherine says, with the don't bite the dentist thing, start prowling the remnant section, and then you feel virtuous as you're not buying real fabric. Try to mix metaphors. Remnants don't have calories. Love it. Nimue says, I have to go to the dentist on Tuesday. It's only x-rays and prep for an implant, but still, I'm driving past the fabric shop on the way home and they have 30% off winter fabrics. It's the law. You go to the dentist, you don't bite them. It doesn't matter if they don't stick their fingers in your mouth. It doesn't matter. If you don't bite the dentist, if you don't actively get out of the chair and go and bite the dentist, you're allowed to get fabric. I've just got this mental image of people getting out of the chair and just going over to bite the dentist now. Sorry, my brain is funny. Sarah says, I have too much fabric and too many doctor's appointments for that to be a smart decision. Okay, yeah, you need to work out a reward system that works for you financially, space-wise, and appointment levels of expectations of amounts of appointments, for sure. OT says, I have an amazingly good bodice sloper, but have never got further with it than drafting a basic bodice with 2 darts. Looking forward to seeing more drafting on the channel. Awesome, but highly recommend Bianca. Highly recommend Bianca. Even if you don't like that kind of style, the 40s and 80s kind of style that she does, she's got some great tips in there for doing these things. Rebecca says, yeah, Sean, looking forward to the Vogue 9076 videos. Haven't bought the pattern and the fabric. No pressure, of course. Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, I need to pull my finger out and get it done. But I'm so next week I was just like, oh, maybe I should do my 2 quick projects and then start on the Rita blouse and then do the sleeve and trouser sloper. But I know Mum's going to pitch a fit if I do that because she really wants the trousers. That's the only one she really wanted. But I was being stubborn. I was like, no, if I'm making a video about this, we're doing it the way the teacher tells us to. And actually, I've watched this trouser one. It looks really simple. So yeah. But no, the 9076 is coming. I promise, it's going to come. I've got to make piping. That's what's holding me up, is the thought of making piping. I've got to be in the mood for that. But I need to make piping for the pajamas as well, and they need to be cut out. There's a lot of work there. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. They'll be totally fine. Natty says, I'm pretty sure Bianca has a video on altering basic shell patterns to be sloped. She does. She does indeed. Linnea says, my stomach has become very big, sticking out for after my 2 kids, so I only like the Gertie Stanwyck pencil skirt with the round pockets. That one is really good, and half circle skirts. Nice. Elena says, you're too smart to sew over your pretty. Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. I have the biggest fear. It's one of those things that it doesn't. Nobody intends to do it. It's just one of those not happy accidents, horrible accidents that happens. Words are hard. Yeah. Kathleen says, just posted in the Peeps group the 3 tops I made this past week. 2 easy, 1 challenging. Nice. I look forward to looking at them. Churn Dash says, I once dropped my quick unpick and instinctively caught it by moving my legs together. There was blood, not recommended. Oh, I've once. Oh, yeah. Sewing injuries is not good, are they? They just, you can see I'm like literally contracting in on myself when you're talking about it. Like, blah. Nope. Yes, and 66 says, last night I drafted a 3/4 circle skirt from your tutorial and I'm making it today. You're my sewing fairy godmother, Shan. Oh, yay. That's one of my favorites, the 3/4 circle skirt. I like that a lot. Olivia says, Shan, I have the fear of sewing through my finger and as many times as I've poked myself with pins. Oh, I was doing Mum's skirt the other day and she put a pin in it that I didn't know about and it got me under the nail and it was just blood everywhere. It was just like, oh. And I had to stop because her coat was lightweight, light coloured, sorry, and mine was black. So it was just like if I got blood on mine, it would be fine, but on hers, it would have really shown up. So I was like, nope, I can't do this anymore. And just like, oh, finger. And then says you can get a punch card for buying reward fabric, like 1 fabric for 10 appointments. Yes, yes, that's a genius idea. And Olivia says, Elena, that's a great idea. Yes, make it work for you. And don't bite the dentist. I mean, oh my gosh, I'm tired. I shouldn't stay up till 6 a.m. I had a very fun night though. Don't do it often, she says, having done it twice this week. Yeah. Olivia says, ugh, under the nail. Actually, I know. It was just like one of those ones where it was like, oh, now I understand that bamboo under the fingernails thing. Like, oh, nope. Nope. What am I going to do this afternoon after I finish talking to you guys? Realistically, I should cut this out for a sloper and see if that armhole is actually as good as I think it is. Realistically, I should do that. Am I going to do that? Maybe. Maybe. What else could I do today? I kind of just want to fondle fabric. My viscoses have gotten a little bit unruly again. Like I've got like white there and there. And then I've got one in there that's not meant to be in there. In fact, 2 in there that are not meant to be in there. So I could reorganize those, couldn't I? We always like a good fabric fondle. Should we do that? Would you like a little bit of a fabric fondle? I've been waffling for an hour and 45 minutes. Olivia says, so Shan, will you be buying fabric after the acupuncture appointment? No, because I treated myself to that red fabric for no good reason. And I bought that rose fabric for no good reason. And I have that red and green cotton sateen and spandex combo coming for no good. Well, no, actually, that's for a video. There is a good reason behind those 2 purchases, but those other 2 purchases I have no good reason for, and I don't need fabric. I just want it. I have control issues. I have self-control issues. Yeah, no. I'm scared of the appointment, but not in the same way I'm scared of a dentist. If it was a dentist appointment, then 100% I would be rewarding myself with fabric. But my phobia of dentists is bigger than my phobia of needles. So no. But watch the instant backpedaling and justification if somebody else, like Jane, if you're watching this, Jane, you're keeping quiet because you know you're naughty. But if somebody like Jane puts another fabric that I need up in front of my little eyes, and then it'll be like, oh, I behaved myself at the acupuncturist. Look, I can have a reward. I have 6 acupuncture appointments this year. I don't know how close together they're going to be. That's all the NHS will give me. If it works, then I'll be continuing it because pain relief in any shape or form is going to be amazing. So yeah. Yeah, you guys seem to be up for the fabric fondling. Elena says, why my brain is drawing picture of vampires in the dentist office and there is a picture on the wall of "Don't bite the dentist" slogan. Love it. Olivia says yes. Diana says, remember staying out all night when we were 18 and then going to school the whole day and then going to work and being totally fine? It's like, yeah, I remember when I first got my first job and I was like going out on a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday night and then working the Thursday, Friday, Saturday afterwards, and then just recovering on Sunday and starting it all again. Like, how? Rachel Lynn says, yep, let's fabric fondle. Rachel Lynn says, ooh, new shoes for the fabric. Oh, new shoes for the acupuncture. The shoes are actually cheaper than the fabric. The last 2 bits of fabric I've bought, the shoes, the rainbow shoes, are 40 quid. Rockmouth says, Elena, have you seen Hillwoody Vampire Diaries parody? You will laugh. Laurel says, Sian, you bought all that fabric in anticipation of the acupuncture appointments. Yes. Jojo says, fondle the fabric, always. If fabric fondles are an option, always do that. Yes. It's like, always be yourself. Unless you can be a unicorn, then be a unicorn. It's like, always chat with the Peeps. Unless you can fabric fondle, then always fabric fondle. Rockmouth says, you didn't punch your acupuncturist, you get shoes. Yeah. Elena, I mean, I'm going into this very much like, this is going to be fine, 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 because you guys have all told me it's going to be fine. And if after the first appointment it's not fine, but it works, then there's going to need to be a reward system. Elena says to Rock Ralph, now I haven't watched them for a long while, need to revisit them. Catherine says, my Bernadettes came. They are the most comfortable pair of high heels I've ever owned. Oh, I want some American Duchess shoes. I want the Marilyns in every colour. Literally drool emoji. Yeah, I want those ones. Elena says, Sian, you first need a fancy pouch for dancing shoes. This is true. This is indeed true. Right. Okay, let me take this away because I am in the state of mind today that I could throw this on the floor by accident. We don't want that. That would be bad. You guys are so good to me. You let me clean and tidy my sewing room whilst hanging out with me. This is totally awesome. Okay, let's put the machine away. Bye-bye machine. I've never named my machine. Do you think I'm weird for not naming my machine? I know loads of you guys have named your machines. Just never, it's never spoken to me and said my name is this. Okay. So we'll put this one away. And look at that. Full insert. So I need to order some more fabric actually from Lily and Mimi. I need to get another meter of the black cotton jersey so I can make my foliage canopy 7319 dress. And then I need to get some more sweatshirting fabric like this one. I need to get it in like their white color so I can make some of these with the leftover fabric I had from my 2 Siroccos, the 2 pale Siroccos that I made. I wore one of those to salsa class on Tuesday last week, and everybody was like, "Oh, that looks really cool." I was like, "Thank you." It's basically pajamas. Let's see. Rock Ralph says, "I'm not going to lie to you, Sian. Acupuncture for pain can be uncomfortable, but it works." Yeah, no, a lot of you guys really have been giving me a lot of like information about it, and I'm kind of going into this with way more kind of knowledge about what to expect rather than, because yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Brittany G says, "I'm new to sewing and I know there are some fabrics more difficult to launder than others, but there are some patterns that are more difficult to launder the finished garment than others." Launder, no. Iron, yes. I had to iron one of my Eve dresses yesterday and it was a pain. It really was a pain, but it's definitely worth it. And I bring it down here and I use my hams to help, like when you've been pressing darts and things like that, I use my ham to help press out some of the more tricky bits. Heather says, "Yes to the Vogue 9076 sew along. I've been working on it, but now have gaping in the front. The bodice does not sit flat at the waistline, and I'm thinking I need to take in the side seams." Yeah, see, my first one did the same thing, and there was plenty of room in it, but it did the same thing. It gaped there, and I got away with it with the fabric that I've chosen because it was such a ditzy small print that it worked. But I've eliminated the front. I've eliminated the front, and I'm actually sewing the front shut, and I'm putting in a side zip so that I don't get that problem. Right, come here, fabric. Oh, I have too much fabric. Why have I bought more? Why have I bought more? Oh, I'd forgotten about that one. Right. So out of this lot, it is this one and this one that are in the wrong place. Okay. And now we put it all back. Ooh, I was saying about like outfits for salsa and things. There is. I think I have something pinned. We'll see. I've been really, really thinking about making something like this for a long time because I saw the jumpsuit on Sex and the City, the movie, and loved it. But then I don't want a strapless one like she had. But is it in here? I think these kind of trousers. No, it's not in that one. Is it? Where is it? I think these kind of trousers with the right top would be amazing for salsa. Workout. Oh, here we go. Yeah. One thing I've got pinned in workout clothes. With a little bit more volume in them, I think those would be amazing for salsa. Salsa is what you put on nachos, isn't it? I really like those. I think that would be really cool for an outfit to dance in. Right. So all of this fabric. So actually a couple of these, the reason that a couple of these have gotten a little bit squiffy is because these are lining fabrics. I bought a lot of them because I use viscose as a lining all the time. So that's why they'd gotten a little bit squiffy. I've forgotten I got this one. Got it the last time I went to the Gold Hawk Road. So actually it's not got great associations attached with it. So the sooner I get this made up into a dress that I love and out of fabric form, the better. Right, let's get all these ones over. And then still really want to use this border print for the McCall's pattern. I need to get that done. Right, so there's the darker ones all back together. Ooh, leopard print, forgot about that. Ooh, what are you doing in there? Little fabric scraps. They should be with the other fabric scraps so that they get used somewhere else. Let's see. Yes. So all the black is back together, and those trousers that I was just showing you, I think those in black would be really cool with then like either the rainbow shoes or the diamante shoes. I think that would be really, really cool. Okay. So I need to, okay, let's turn this upside down so that these can go in. So I've got this elephant and chameleon to make a shirt. It's going to go with my suit. So pirate sleeve shirt in this, 100%. And then I've got my remnants of my Australia fabric. This is going to be, I think, a shirt as well, because I think I've got just about 2 meters of this. And I'm going to do a purple lookbook based around this print, I think. Right, so I've made 2 dresses from this, and I've got a decent sized scrap left. And now all the scraps are back together, so that's good. This is that absolutely gorgeous viscose challis hydrangeas in bloom, and I have made a dress up in this in the black colorway, and it's the super secret squirrel dress that I still can't show you. I'm so sorry. But I loved playing around with the placement of the print on that, because there's like a burnout section, and it looks really cool when you play with that. This is one of my new ones, and I'm going to make a shirt out of that. Ah, this is a Escada. So I still want to make that Zimmerman-esque dress out of this. And it is ever so slightly sheer. But having thought about it, the Zimmerman-esque dress, I'm going to sit on the white fabric. So, oh, there's a booster chair. Oh, yeah, the Zimmerman. Ow, that was my knee. This is why I don't sit so high on my seats. There's the Zimmerman dress that I love. Do I still have it? Zimmerman dress. Hello, where are you? Come say hi. I know you're here somewhere. It's one of the high-necked ones. There we go, this one. Now, look, I love this. I absolutely love this. I think this is absolutely gorgeous. I have come to the realization that I prefer an open neckline, like a much more open neckline. So I was thinking something like a scoop neck still with the ruffle and the big sleeves, but with the open neckline, and then the kind of belted it in because it's just sheer, so you have to wear it over something else kind of thing. So I still get the Zimmerman-esque feel from this. And like I say, this is Escada. I got this from Dibs at Selvage and Bolts. It's viscose. It is absolutely beautiful. Big Bird talked me into buying this. I was being really good, and then Big Bird went, no, you need that. So Big Bird, all your fault. But yeah, I'm really glad that I haven't made that dress up yet, and I think I'm sitting on it, and I'll show you that. Oh, it's giant ginger kitty in the back garden. It's our neighbour's cat. He's very friendly. She's going for a little walk. That's very cute. Oh, hello, ginger kitty. What if Chiana can see him? She's going to having conniptions in the bedroom. Yeah, so I'm really glad that I've held off making that one up. I've tried that dress a couple of times, and the muslin was just a huge fail. The fabric was horrible. It was a polyester fabric, so it was wearable muslin fodder anyway. But I think I want to take inspiration from Zimmerman, because I do like that V ruffle, but I think I want this open rather than closed. So yeah, I'm thinking kind of maybe a scoop neck with the ruffle over the top. And then it's still sleeves, because I want the sleeves on this one. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do with this. But Escada, darling. Oh, this one. This is one of those ones that if I hadn't have bought it, it would have haunted me forever. It's from Lamazi. I needed it. I needed it. I think it's actually like one of my really good colours as well. Do you know, that's something that I haven't done? Is gone through. Oh yeah, look! I haven't gone through my wardrobe. Look. So bright light blue. I mean, the shade is slightly off, but it's pretty damn good, isn't it? But yeah, I haven't gone through my fabric or my wardrobes with this to be like, ooh, which colours should I keep and which colours should I get rid of? Because there are some fabrics in here that even if they're not my colour, I'm never getting rid of. This is one from the very lovely Anna, which I do think, again, she knows my colours very well, like that purple at the top there, which, do we have a name for it? Periwinkle. And that hot pink. Yeah. 3 meters of that. The minute I have 3 meters of a viscose that looks this pretty, I'm just like, Eve. And I don't think there's anything wrong with having go-to fabrics that you go-to patterns that you absolutely love for specific fabric types. Now this one in my, see, this color isn't really in my color, but I still love it. But it's not really my shade of blue. I think this is kind of leaning a bit summery, but I think I'm going to get away with it, because I think what I will do is do like a skirt or a dress with this V, and it does have some pink in it as well, so I can bring that out. I'm not getting rid of this. This is from Till the Sun Goes Down, and it is amazing. And I have made a beach pajamas set out of it, which Big Bird now has. Trying to get them all to line up on the edge so that I can 100% see each one. Yeah. That's better. Oh, this was another gift from the very lovely Anna, which again I think is a good colour for me. Again, it's not quite perfectly in there, but it's such a bright, vivid colour, and all those other colours on top of it, like the red, are definitely 100% me. So yeah, love this. And that was Anna was very, very kind. She gave me Christmas birthday the last time I saw her. And then this one, again, it's not technically on my colours. I think it's probably a winter colour because it's very vibrant. But again, I think I get away with it, and if I'm strategic about it. And I'm actually thinking of using this and that previous one to colour block a dress. I think that could be quite fun. I have absolutely, oh, actually, The stripes on this are pretty close to this one, but this goldfish fabric, you know I love. I've made a 9345 shirt dress out of it, which I made it up and then it was too small for me. And so I didn't wear it very frequently. But now I've lost weight, it fits me perfectly. And I cannot wait till this summer till I can wear it. I need to find some orange ballet flats. How amazing would that look? But I've got enough here for a shirt, which I am excited about. So, shirt. Okay. So now I need to put in like the rusty coloured ones because I've got a few of those, but they should fit in here in this section nicely. So this is the piping colour I'm using for the 9076. It's going to look really pretty together. So cut out the piping from this. And I've got some leaves. Oh, I'd forgotten about this one. Got 3 meters of that, just over 3 meters of that. James Nia bought this and made James a strong shirt out of it, which looks awesome. I'd forgotten I had that one. I think I bought it for an Eve dress, but the print goes side to side, so I'm not sure what it needs to be, but I don't think it can be an Eve. I'd forgotten about that one. And then cuties, and then just some plain coral, which is a really good color for me, I think, like from what I remember. Yeah, it's a really good color for me. Oh, these ones. Now, will you fit in here? Because I've got. Actually, let's put these spots, which are you a good color for me? Hello, spots. Oh, yeah. Picked a good color for the spots. These go really well with Savannah as well. Oh, and there's another one from Anna. See, I told you I was spoilt. Anna also got me that one, which again is a really good color for me. Well done, Anna. So those two can go in there, and then I'll put the coral ones above it. There we go. And then these ones. Whoopsie. Just threw the seam ripper at my foot. What were we talking about earlier? Danger, Will Robinson, danger. No. Okay, this mustard colour, are you good for me? I don't think you are. No, but it's bright. I like it. I'm going to keep it. I mean, is anyone surprised? No, you are not. Right, I'm putting these in the wrong order though, because they're going from dark to light, and I'm going to put them in the other way around. So let's flip these as well. There we go. Right. So this is one of the colours that's not technically in my palette, but she did add it in, or like a variation of it, because I love it so much. And then we've got the tie-dye, which I still think I'm going to turn into an Eve. I just really liked that tie-dyed effect on viscose. I hadn't seen that before. It was Roy's Material World. It's another Lamazi. It's another Lamazi one that I couldn't resist. Now, the corally pinks are good for me. And it's kind of like in that darker bottle green spectrum down there. And I think with the bright pinks in it, I think I'm going to get away with that. It's too, I don't care what I'm having it. I'm not selling it, it's mine. Fine. my kind of minty green Mopsy Fun. I love the ocean blue one. The ocean blue one's really good on me. I've got lots of this because I bought it to make Natasha a dress, but I think I'm actually going to give Natasha the dress that I made previously. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all 8 meters of this, but I love it. It's called Spearmint. Mopsy Fun Spearmint. Oh, this one's so beautiful. It's the same as that navy one that I showed you earlier. Love this. Keeping this, obviously. Did want to make an Eve out of it, but there's a very directional up and down print, and I cut my eaves on the cross grain. Savannah, Visco Chalet, I have 8 meters left. It's all mine, you can't have it. This one that I got from the Gold Hawk Road in every colorway that they do, because this is me we're talking about. And then we're back into starting point. Another tropical one. And then this one from Sems Fabrics, which is beautiful. Now, all of these fabrics came out of these 2 cubby holes. So why is it looking like they won't fit back in there? This is the Swiss Dot viscose that I'm going to do the mock-up for the Zimmermann ruffly dress that I was talking about with the Escada fabric. Because I really like it, but it is bright white, so white. Then this one is crinkly viscose from Ibiza. Mum's made a shirt out of it. I think it's beautiful. How did these come out of the same cubby holes and they're not now going to go back in? I made a mistake. Then my embroidery, this is a border print. I think I still want to do trousers out of this, but I'm not 100% sure yet. Guys, why is my lining fabric not fitting back in? I mean, to be fair, I did add 2 more fabrics in, didn't I? So maybe it should go in here. Oh, I should make my heart jump. Ooh, it made me jump.
Oh, you're not bundling material, are you?
Yes.
Oh.
I couldn't think of what else to do this afternoon. Thank you. Oh, I got the lemon one.
Well, yeah, and then Dad and I won't argue over the other 2 tomorrow.
Thank you.
Do you want it down there?
Yes.
Yeah, I couldn't manage it on the plate, so you've got it as it comes. With Dan's face on it.
Yes. There you go.
They may wish to see that. Yeah.
Was that you that beeped? Oh
No.
Tis me.
Oh.
Tis me. Okay. Right, where did I get to? I'm so far behind with the chat. I didn't keep up with the chat at all whilst I was doing that. No.
Oh.
That was silly of me, wasn't it? There we go. Rotten Ralph says, I have multiple machines and none of them have names. It's a human thing. Is that the human thing to do? Apparently. What's your machine called? Precious. Yeah. I've just never named mine.
She is precious.
Yeah. No, well, I just never named mine. So, Darshana says, hi all, hello. Linnea says, done with Valentine t-shirt for my husband, soon done with dress for my daughter, and maybe I'll be able to finish a pair of jogging pants for husband as well. Nice. That's impressive. Olivia says, I have the Husqvarna Emerald 116. I haven't named her, but I refer to her as Old Faithful. Darshana says, I love when I heard acupuncture. Yeah, I'm excited, cautiously optimistic about it. So fingers crossed it works for the pain.
When are you having it?
End of February.
Oh.
Well, I think it was the 24th. I think. Where did I get to with the chat? Elena says, I only name my flowers and only those that will survive 1 year with me first. Fair enough. Wilhelmine's here. Good afternoon. Hello. Nimue says, because fabric is happiness. Yes. Darshana says, so basically you made it 23 days and now you're back shopping full swing, as if I can talk. I mean, I would say no, but yes. Yes, I am. So Olivia says, I did name a few of my vintage machines. One is Lily Munster because she is very pale green. One is a Hulk because he's green and heavy. Nice. Darshana says, agreed, Nimue. Fabric is happiness. Heather says, I sewed the front shut as well with a side zip. I'll need to keep working on it. We all need more fabric. I made a new society dress from Gertie, fell in love and immediately bought the ridiculous amount. Lol. Yeah, that's one thing I'm looking for when we do our Goldhawk Road meetup in March. I will need some stretch velvet. More stretch velvet for the society dress because I'm very much looking forward to making that. Jan says, my spinning wheel is Fran. My dress form is Audrey, but at the moment, neither of my sewing machines or my serger have names. Darshana says, what about a faux jumpsuit? Yeah, that's what I'm planning for those side slit trousers. I'm planning on making the trousers and the top separately because obviously like jumpsuits are all well and good until you actually have to use the bathroom and then there's just like, nah. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's so Nora says, ooh, those are nice. Yeah. Rotten Ralph says, I'd wear those for yoga. Laurel says, ooh, those trousers would be awesome for dancing. I think so too. I think when you spin, they'd be really cool. And I love that they're tight at the ankles so that you wouldn't end up standing in them or tripping in them because we all know how I love wide leg trousers. Rotten Ralph says, they would drive me crazy, but I would wear them. Yeah. Elena says, you can find easy patterns for those trousers in most belly dancing groups and blogs. I'm really excited to trying drafting those myself. I'm really interested to give those a go. I also think that if I do black ones, I'm going to do red lining on the inside, or maybe like the coral on the inside for like when you so there's a flash of color when you spin. I think that would be really cool. Let's see, what did I get to before chat? Olivia says, I also have one named Charter, Charthor. It was my mum's favourite nickname, and the machine was made in the year she was born. Oh, cool. Rottmar says, January, I want a spinning wheel. Nice. Sarah's here. She says, hi Shan, hi Peeps. Hello. Rottmar says, fabric pretty. Yes. Nicola says, hi Shan, hi Peeps. Hello. Somebody else says, I can see why you needed it. It's lovely. Yes. I mean, for all the ones that I've said I needed that, the answer is yes. That's another reason I bought that black roses fabric, because it would have been one of those ones that haunted me, because I said that to Mum and she was like, oh, if it's going to be one of those, you need to get it. I was like, no, black background, and mustn't. And then she left and it was just like, yes, it's going to haunt me. I bought it. I caved. I bought it. Darshana says, it's so nice to see somebody else's fabrics. I know, I love watching fabric hauls. They're some of my favorites. Because even if the fabric's not for you, even if it's not your cup of tea, I love seeing what other people are just like excited about. Like, oh my gosh, look at this thing. I want to make this out of it because it's awesome. I love that. I think it's awesome seeing other people gush and get excited about the things that they love. So, yeah. Jan says to Rotten Ralph, love mine. Fran is a Lendrum DT and also have an Ashford e-spinner. I recommend you looking for somewhere that will allow you to try out a wheel to see which ones you like. Rotten Ralph says, I'm currently shopping for wheelchairs and have been told the same. Ah, interesting. Yes, and 66 says, my plan is to make skirts with all the colours that aren't in my palette, trying for all the best colours nearer my face. Exactly. That's exactly the way to wear colours that aren't technically your colours. Exactly. Jan says, Rotten Ralph, yes, I remember my late father-in-law had to be fitted for his wheelchair, and e-spinner might be the way to go. Somebody else says, Rotten Ralph, if you're considering e-spinners, see if you can find someone with an electric wheel 6. They're brilliant machines, but about half the price of the Ashford e-spinner. Oh, good knowledge, peeps. Good knowledge. Somebody else says, plus they're light enough without being flimsy to be lifted with one hand, which is always a consideration if one's mobility is compromised. Good knowledge. Nanea says, ooh, can you please show me the purple on your card? I'm a spring too. Right, so the purples, kind of very bluey purples. But yeah, my purples. I have 4. I really like this one, this like deep amethyst one as well. They're nice. I'm a spring. I don't have purple on mine from House of Colour. Thinking of buying a new from somewhere else. I wonder if you asked Nicola from All About the Outfit, if you said to her, you know, obviously I'm in Sweden, so it's not like I can come and see you, but I know I'm a spring, saw you on Sean's channel, could I buy a spring wheel from you? I'm sure well, you could always ask. I can't imagine that she would say no. I can't imagine a reason that wouldn't be allowed. But yeah, I like these colours a lot. I think they're really pretty. Elena says, you need a rainbow shoes for everyday wear because they will match with everything. That's what I think as well. They're all telling me that if I go to acupuncture appointments and behave myself, I get a new pair of shoes.
No, you've had them.
That's what I said, but they're encouraging me. That's why I keep you around.
It's not good.
I also said that. I did also say that.
Yeah.
Rachelyn says, I would love a video on how to make piping. It's on its way. It's on its way. Rotten Ralph says, I have 19th century antique wheel in my sights. It's not going to happen, but it's a beautiful spinning wheel. Ooh. She says, I'm an autumn being a ginger, but I'm pinker than I was as a teenager. And then mum opening the door made you jump as well. Yeah, that door needs to be fixed. We need some WD-40 or something on that because that thing's squeaky. Una says, okay, I just posted some pics and videos of my new fabric stash setup. I shall look forward to perusing those later. Oh, Mum said, there's a couple of people said that you look very nice today and that your bag is, they like the combination that you've gone for on your bag as well.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yes. When we were rivet pressing, like we didn't keep up with the chat, so we were very behind. You're going to want more rivet presses, aren't you? What you're doing now.
Oh.
You are, aren't you?
Yeah,
the next page.
Yeah.
Wait for it.
Yes. 2 more.
Love you.
But I haven't gotten it yet.
No, I'm still working up to it. Olivia says, check my phone. It wasn't me. It was me. Diana says, would you please share the name of the keto book that you are using once more? It's the Ketogenic Kitchen. That's the one that we're using. You like it, don't you? The Ketogenic Kitchen.
Yes, it's good.
It's very good. Darshana says, I didn't even make it to 23 days. Fabric purchasing. Yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with that. There's nothing. Fabric buying, pattern buying, and sewing are all completely separate hobbies. I have it on merch. Although the shop is shut at the moment because I'm relocating to a new website. So I am working on that behind the scenes. It's taking a while, but I will get there. Rotten Ralph says, I have a Singer machine my ex bought me 20 years ago. I have a Singer 99K, a 27 Essex hand crank, and 3 German toy machines from mid-century. So many sewing machines. It's probably a good thing that I don't have room for a sewing machine collection because I can imagine that would happen given half the chance. Rachel says the society dress is gorgeous. I've just finished mine. I'm really looking forward to it, but I don't have any fabric in my stash that's appropriate for it or enough of it at the moment. So Goldhawk Road meetup in March. That's what I need. Stretch velvet. Catherine says, just posted my latest fabric buy, not remnant, from Lamazzi to the Peeps group. By the way, I think I'm either a winter or a dark summer. Ooh, interesting. I love all the jewel tones for winter. I was a little bit bummed I wasn't a winter, but I blush too easily to be a winter. Una says, finished my wrap top. Yeah, won't be making this again. Looks okay, but the front does weird stuff under the arms at the back, relegating it to zoom wear, but at least it's out of the UFO bag. If I remember rightly, it's a grown-on sleeve, isn't it? And for girls with the big boobs, grown-on sleeves tend to just get a bit bunchy under here, in my opinion and my preference. Olivia says, I repair them, teach my grandkids to sew on them and give them the machine they learn to sew on. Oh, that's lovely, Olivia. So Felicia says, good morning all. Turns out I couldn't sleep, so gave up to start the day. What have you all been up to today? Waffle and fabric fondling. Is anyone surprised? No, you are not. Rotten Ralph says, I currently use a drop spindle. Olivia says, I've learned to repair machines via YouTube and my husband has taught me quite a bit as well. That's so cool. Rotten Ralph says, Olivia, I have to find a treadle machine. My gran taught me to sew on hers. I was supposed to get it, but it was missing after she passed, so I bought one. Olivia says, I also have about 3 vintage faffs. Linnea says, thank you, Sean. I'll email her. It can't hurt to ask. And, like, you know, I think I love the fact that there is every colour in this colour wheel, because I mean, I did say to Nicola, I said, if you tell me I can't wear green, we won't be friends. She was like, no, it's fine. You can wear green. So yeah, I think if you email her and ask, she can only say no, can't she? So yeah. Elena says, Jane, what's your favourite colour?
Oh, that's very difficult. I think this rust.
I was going to say
orange.
rust.
Yeah.
I was going to say rust.
Yeah, because I'm doing a jumper in it at the moment as well.
Well, I would have said that was more salmon.
What, the jumper?
Yeah.
It's more orange. It's quite an orange.
I would have said a corally salmon. I really like it. It's in my colour palette. The sleeves won't be long enough for me though.
No.
Because
I think I've got more.
I still remember the green one that you've knit, and she's like so proud of it. And then the sleeves on me, like, damn it. So yeah,
I don't get the sleeves right. It's a different pattern, and she does them differently. So there's only like a small loop in there, because it's, I don't know how it does, but it works. It's just I didn't believe her.
But she's so good a designer, and you love her other stuff, so why wouldn't you believe the lady?
No, that was at the beginning.
Oh, okay.
When I was getting them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm getting another.
No, I do believe it.
I'm getting another Harton cardigan next in the gold mustardy coloured wool, because my hortensia. Mum.
You want Mum?
No, only because I went through all the books with you and you were like, oh, I don't want to do bubbles again. And all the ones I like have got bubbles on them. So I said, how about Harton? And you said, yes.
I can do bubbles.
I know you can.
I'm not frightened.
You did an amazing Aya cardigan and it's gorgeous. I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board and pick a new pattern, aren't I? Because she's going to be like, I don't want to do this. I'm going to get bored. Yeah. And then she'll bitch about it for at least a week while she's learning it. I had to unpick this 5 times. Stupid bubbles. Why did you let me do it?
Yeah.
And then towards the end, it'd be like, yeah, it's fine.
Almost certain.
Yeah.
It's the rule of the game.
Yeah. Oh God, what have we lost now? Where did I get to with the chair? Jan says to Rotten Ralph, I have a few drop spindles too, but I haven't used them for a while. Just broke my elbow in November, so I'm getting back into sewing too. Be careful with your poor elbow. Darshana says, if you got rainbow shoes, you wouldn't have any excuses for more shoes. Wait, what am I saying? This is Shan. All of those dresses need different shoes. Oh, and dance shoes. Thank you. Yes, you're not wrong then. I mean, to be fair, I have 2 pairs of shoes on my wish list at the moment that are going to be completing my collection, I think. Although, at some point, I am going to treat myself to a pair of American Duchess Marilyns because, oh my gosh, those are so gorgeous and would look so good with my... Oh, especially with the pencil skirt dresses, they would look good with that, wouldn't they? But then so with the irregular choice ones that I bought. Oh, I need all the shoes. And then somewhere to store all the shoes. Oh, perfect drinking temperature. Olivia says, I have 3 treadles, 2 are singers and 1 is free, the company that Westinghouse bought out. Oh, interesting. Jan says, my first job was in a shop that sold ballroom dancing shoes. Many of the dancers went for gold or silver shoes or had them dyed to match. Yeah. Yeah. I'm a magpie. I just want the shinies. And then I saw those rainbow ones. I was like, yeah, I need those too. So I need all the shoes. Rottmouth says, Jan, broken elbows are not good. Did you get physical therapy? Nimoy says, well, I managed to sew the February days so far for my quilt. I have to go iron them and sew them all together. So I have been lazing around ever since. Yeah, no one likes ironing. It's fine. Rotten Ralph says, Olivia, I am learning how to repair a treadle machine currently. So cool. Darshana says, I am so glad you said about bustles with grown-on sleeves. Every time I see a fab make and then I don't look at the drop sleeve or the grown-on sleeve and then cringe. Yeah, the bunching under the arms. I'm not a fan. But having said that, my favorite bodice is the Anna one with the grown-on sleeve, but it's a very specific length of grown-on sleeve because it cuts you off in such a point on your shoulders that it makes your shoulders look wider, which makes your waist look small. So yeah, there is a very specific grown-on sleeve that I like, but the long ones, when she released, I think it's the Peggy bodice, which is a grown-on sleeve with a gusset underneath. It's like, I love that. I'm just never going to make that. And it looks amazing on her. And I think she has a similar bust shape and size to me. But I don't think I'm ever going to make that Peggy bodice because it's just not my preference. But that's the thing. It's not my preference. It might be everybody else's. And that's totally fine because I have seen many of those made up and they look gorgeous. So, yeah. So Felicia says, not surprised. Did you get that lovely fabric for your red collection? Yes. I mean, the answer is always yes, I bought the fabric. We know this. Jan says to Ralph, yes, I have exercises to do. Fortunately, I didn't need a cast. Oh, that's good. I'm sorry, there was something out there caught my eye, but it was just a moving tree, not a giant pigeon that's trying to come and eat me. So that's fine. Darshana says, I'm so torn by getting a computerized fancy one step buttonholer with good lightning stitches to hang tight on buying a serger. Something that does good buttonholes is a godsend. So Elena says, thank you for answering Jane about your favorite color. But yeah, rust. Rottmouth says, Jan, my father-in-law broke his wrist and elbow in a full cast. Can't say enough about his exercises. And Darshana says, worth 2 long knitted sleeves. With 2 long knitted sleeves, you can't unpick them. No, you don't want to rip it back. That would be bad. No frogging.
No, we've tried that one.
Yeah, no. Jan says to Rottmouth, hope he is recovering well. Olivia says to Rottmouth, I watch Bob Fowler, the Vintage Sewing Machine Garage. And Rottmouth says, Jan, he is grumpy, which is a good sign. And thank you to Olivia. Olivia says to Rottmouth, these are 2 different channels, the Vintage Sewing, the Bob Fowler and the Vintage Sewing Machine Garage, 2 separate channels. Thank you for clarifying. Jan says to Darshana, if you have an overcasting foot for your machine, that can be used to finish the edges of your fabric. I use mine on my Gertie blouse. This is a very good point. It doesn't do the choppy bit, but it does do everything else. Because technically you don't have to finish the edge of knit fabric because it won't fray, but it can unravel because it's knitted together, so it can unravel, especially if it's a top that's going to get washed a lot. So it's just something to bear in mind about finishing your edges. But yeah, like a zigzag, lightning, or overcasting stitch, you don't need a serger. It's just nice to have them, but you don't need one. I'm going to be serging the inside of that woven pencil skirted dress like Bianca does, because all of those panels, there's no way I'm going to be able to French seam it all. I'm probably going to line it as well, but yeah, I'm going to be using my overlocker on wovens for like the second time ever. Yes, and 66 says, has anyone made the Gertie Hepburn top? Thoughts? I haven't yet. That's another one that I need to buy fabric for. I need to make a list of the patterns that I want to make this year and the fabrics that I don't have for those, or the patterns that I don't have fabrics for, but that are on my like make 9 or projects that scare me list, because there are a few, like the Hepburn top. Darshana says, I feel like as your eyes glazed over in the happy shoe dreamland, your mum just gave you serious side eye. Yeah, she knows I don't need any more shoes. But what is need? Darsha says, thanks, Jan, we'll look into that. Una says, yes, I agree, regrowing on sleeves. Thinking of it, I could have made it again with the shorter sleeve, which will do what your Anna bodice does. The short, still need to get the back to finishing my cashmere ahead of the curve book Foxhill dress. You can do it. Elena says, I have to go. See you next weekend. Have a wonderful week, everybody. You too, Elena. Thank you for joining us. I've been waffling for 2.5 hours. Blimey. Una says, now just finishing a quick refashion to get another thing off my sewing room door hangers. You can do it. Rotten Ralph says, excellent. Thank you. And Una says, I've made the Hepburn ruched sleeve top and absolutely love it. We're making many more with small pieces and leftovers from fronts of dresses, etc. And Darshana says, goodbye to Elena and whoop to Una. And guys, I'm going to call it a day as well, because I've been waffling a lot and my voice is getting croaky. And sleeps. Maybe some afternoon nap. That might be a good idea. And try and pick up. Not that I'm going to get back any of the sleep that I missed, but yeah. I don't think trying to draft a sleeve this afternoon or this evening is going to be a good idea, or trying to help Mum true up her sloper is going to be a good idea either. So thank you very much for joining me. Hopefully there will be lots more shorts this week. Again, progress shorts. Maybe a few get ready with me shorts, but in all honesty, if I'm drafting more slopers, I'm probably going to just be wearing a t-shirt and tights again. So I'm not sure we need to get ready with me for that outfit. I still can't believe I went onto the internet in just my tights, but there we go. There will be shorts. There will be part 2 of the slopers. I'm hoping it probably will be very much like part 1. And then there's going to be a part 3 where I will use them to draft something and hopefully show you some finished items. So that's what my theory is for the week's videos. And then obviously the hangout on Sunday. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope you have all enjoyed it, and I will see you all next week. Bye.